right?
Well, you're not blank.
Right.
You know who you are.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ryan Schaefer, and this is
Nick Gray, and this is our
Golden Hour. Let's get money.
I didn't like that. Let's do it again.
No, I hated it.
All right, go.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ryan Schaefer, and this is
Nick Gray.
Let's Get Some Fucking Money during this Golden Hour.
Yeah. I got it. Shorty gave me time for the culture. Hey, had to wake 'em up like it's Folgers. Hey, had to wake 'em up like it's Folgers. Hey, shorty gave me time for the culture. Hey, your boyfriend the eye.
Here. I'm getting Bochi.
All right. Wait, Jack. So Ryan's in the frame, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen, we are live here. Before we really start going,
God bless us.
there's nothing you guys need, right?
No.
All right, Jack. Cue the grill locks on the doors. Nice. That's my guy. Okay. So I have a funny feeling that this is gonna be a crazy, honest, and transparent episode,
Yeah.
which I'm excited for.
To a point.
Oh yeah, no. PG though. PG.
And we're not criminalizing ourselves in any
And
way.
no shade room
We're
talk.
never doing
No
that.
shade room, no gossip.
I like that. But
Okay.
listen, me and Jack bumped the tape all the way over here.
Cool.
Dope. To my right, to the camera's left, I have Nick Gray. And to his right, and I think I got the last name right. Is it Schaefer? We got Ryan Schaefer. And I'm starting to learn this is a digital media tag team duo.
We might as well be
Yes, sir.
incorporated.
And this dude Ryan just showed me like 15 photo apps on his phone. That was what I had said to Nick off air. I was like, "Yo, bro, the funniest shit on your IG was the little Chinese kid." Excuse me.
I
Is
just
he
had
Chinese?
to do it for my own.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, man, I love sending gifts. And I typed in dancing funny kid, and that came up, and then I
You got
realized...
the gift keyboard?
Yes.
I got it too, bro.
But as soon as I see like any type of technology within a GIF, I realized I could put any type of.
But that's some genius marketing.
Sure, yeah.
It needs to happen.
Because people will loop it. What was it, like a minute? Did you loop it for of the song?
I have
Maybe,
no
yeah.
idea.
Or
I
30
tried
seconds
to.
or something like that, yeah.
Content, man. But,
Yeah.
So when I cut up all the stuff beforehand, like on our Instagram, I like use pictures of people's faces.
Yeah.
Bro, you had no unedited photos anywhere.
No.
I was stalking you like way back, like on
No.
Twitter, everything.
Bro, we keep it clean, bro.
They're fresh.
Yeah, we keep it super clean.
Wait, so were you guys just on tour?
Yes,
Yes.
November.
Okay, elaborate.
I miss it.
All right, so tour started. First show was November 2nd. We got down to Florida October 31st. Hung at the La Quinta for 2 days.
Hey, baby.
Where's that?
We were in Lake Park, Florida. That's where we started. First show was in
It's
Lake
like Southern
Park.
Florida?
Mid,
Word.
like right below Orlando. But enough into Florida. We got
bro,
the
we
taste.
came from jackets and then we were swimming that day.
Yeah, that day it was cold. We left in the cold. We got down there. We're like, we're going swimming.
Granted, everybody in Florida was looking at us like, really?
Were you doing all the edits, the tour edits too?
Yes.
Oh, you guys are killing it.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. No,
You
that's
guys are on fire.
Yeah, it's all us.
It's way different to do edits for somebody that you care about.
Yeah. And we
That was profound as
we
fuck.
only post other photos if like they actually snapped. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they like
Oh,
took
so you're not
it-
showing love to anyone else's photographer. It's only your guy.
We're trying.
unless they snap. Like this dude NRG photo. This dude Nick, he's a cool
Killed it.
dude. He snapped. He took a sick photo of one of me and my friends, and I posted it because it was.
Did you run it by him first?
No, but it was a sick photo.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I was on the
You were pissed,
treadmill.
you were
He-
pissed,
I
you
was.
were
I was on
Oh,
the
we
treadmill.
were
I
at the
looked
gym
down,
this
I'm
morning,
like,
and I was
oh,
like, oh, okay, yeah, this is hitting today. Like, trying to get some likes after I get this workout in. So
That
it's,
shit's
you know,
hilarious.
get the endorphins from the workout, then get
The
the
dopamine
then
hit
get
from
All right,
the,
two
the
sides.
then get the
Yo,
likes hitting,
yo.
and then
Wait, you posted in the morning though?
Yeah, two sides of this.
at like 11:45.
Oh, bro, we
or
know that's
something.
not prime time though.
No, it's not, but we get it up there. So
You still got the dopamine hit though.
yeah, still got the dopamine
Okay,
hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I might go for a couple dopamine hits later, even though my shit's not rocking right now.
Yeah.
I gotta-
Whatever it takes.
Someone's got to tell me the algorithm of some shit.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
it's
Wait,
complex.
so on the tour edits, would you like before you perform and shit, you'd be like, "Yo, Ryan, this is kind of like what I want it to look like," or is
No.
you just like, "Yo, bro, do your thing"?
No. This was our first go at everything. We were just learning at every step of the way. So basically, I was learning to perform. I never really performed before, so it's like I was learning to perform. I was learning how to be on stage. I was learning, how to move around, how to like.
Seemed like the shorties were getting loose though, bro. You had something to write.
Bro, it was awesome. The Waterparks fans are so sick. Like they're so open. They're just down to support, which was cool. And I think they genuinely like the music. We were like,
What type of band is Waterpark?
so they're like pop punk. Like I don't even know how to describe them, but they make bops. Like they make hits.
Poppy hits.
Yeah, like
Word.
they're sick, man. Like they're only up there with the guitar and bass and drums and stuff, but Austin and the other dudes, like they'll produce and stuff on this. Like they might have a cool synth going on, and they'll play over some pre-recorded stuff and then play the live guitar and all that stuff. It's sick. Like they kill it. They're really awesome.
And it should be like noted that they were super amazing to us. You know what I mean? Like,
So they linked you guys first. How did it work?
All right, okay, so let's go back. So I think it was 2 summers ago now. I got reached out to by this dude Naveed who worked for this management company called Mad & Co.
Shout out Naveed.
Shout out Naveed.
Shout out Naveed
Actually,
and Miles
the
and
reason I
Josh.
even got to Naveed was because Miles, who now works at Mad & Co.,
Shout out Miles.
his girlfriend Tay Tay.
Shout out Tay Tay.
Hey Tay Tay.
Shout
She
out all these
heard
people.
Juggling on Spotify, and she showed it to Miles or something, and Miles was like, all right, this is cool. And then Miles, it randomly shuffled into his Spotify later on,
And I was like, Naveed,
and he was like,
motherfucker, you gotta listen to
whoa.
this, bro.
He was like, whoa. And then I guess he showed Naveed, and then Naveed reached out to me, and it went from there. So basically, this company, Mad & Co., it was started by the Madden brothers.
What is Madden Go? It's like a management brand type
Remember,
thing?
Good Charlotte?
Yeah, yeah.
So Benji and Joel, the 2 main dudes in Good Charlotte, they started their own management company.
Oh, word, okay.
So it was like artists managing artists. They came at it from a whole different side. Like
Oh, it was like completely for the creative type thing?
yeah,
Exactly.
dude, they're super cool. Basically, they reached out. They were like, "Yo, we like your stuff." A couple days later, hopped on a call with Joel. He was like, "Yo, I
It was
like it."
Joel, bro. Now it's the 4th person in the mix.
Joel's the lead singer of Good Charlotte.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so like,
I'm sorry,
girls
brain dead.
don't like boys, girls
Girls
like
like
cars
cars
and
and-
money. And I'm like, what do you mean Good Charlotte?
Oh,
I'm like,
so he like totally dropped leading a band. Now he's just like
No,
No.
bro. They
He's
still
doing- I
tour
was
gonna
like
say, bro, they're
animals,
huge, yeah.
and they still make music, and they're still animals.
and,
And
Like,
they
he
fully-
still
they
he
fully
operates a
get it.
management company.
yeah, bro.
Dude's a
When I
beast.
say they're animals, they're animals.
I'm
Like,
sure.
Like these
completely.
dudes get it. Like you're
Yeah.
sitting there and you might have had a couple of like maybe say you have 10 like realizations. They're spitting them back to you and you're like, wow, like 8 of those 10 like I've already had. And then they'll hit you with those 2 extra and you're like, wow.
Yeah, so
That's
so
that extra sauce.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
so
they
fast
get it.
forward, we reach out. They're interested. I'm like, all right, this is cool. This seems legit. Up until then, like I had no real like I went and did one like baby label meeting like before that, and like it was just they were like, oh, this song Juggling's really good. Like, what else do you got? Like, da 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 da.
So were you dumb nervous?
Yeah, walking in like
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like,
like
it's
of
an
course.
artist going into an exec meeting.
Of
You must be
course,
fucking
it's like
scared.
the first legitimate person that reaches out to you. Like it
No, we
feels
had no
like,
idea.
whoa, so I'm like actually making real music. Like that, it took notice in like this person's eyes. Whatever. So we go out there. I remember walking in like my
This
knees.
is L.A.?
Yeah. So he was like, all right, we want to bring you out to LA for a day to meet. And I was like, oh, this is funny, like a 1-day thing. It's like, because if they bring me out and I end up being whack, it's easy for them just to like send me home and it's no big
And it
deal.
never happened.
Dude, you should tell them about like, dude, 5 seconds here. Like, we went to this first meeting. I went with Nick. Like, I've had the pleasure of going with Nick with all these meetings. We went to this first one. Like, none of the questions they asked were like on base. They're asking him like, who do you know? Like, what is your next hit? Blank and blank.
This is the
Oh, no,
this is the first baby.
this
This
is
is
the
the
baby
first
label.
baby
Yeah.
label. I'm just like
Yeah.
Fuck
bringing
the
it
baby
back.
label, man.
No,
Yeah.
because the baby label is important because the baby label is important because we
No, hold
left-
on, before it wasn't a baby label.
No,
it was
it's a fucking
it was
huge label.
Push's manager.
Oh, word,
So-
okay.
so
it was
a
Atlantic.
pretty-
It was
yeah,
Atlantic.
Yeah. So
But-
it was real. But when I say baby, it's like they were
They didn't take
we
you
didn't
serious
know.
type thing.
We didn't know.
they were like, how fast could we get him in and turn him around and fucking get him to making money, like essentially.
Oh,
you know
And
what
it
I mean?
doesn't. It
You know,
doesn't
it's like,
matter
how
about.
fast
It
could we
doesn't
just-
matter.
How
yeah.
fast could we get him and flip him and like, and I wasn't even ready. Like we were going, and I was like, it just make me say.
The only reason I brought that back up was me and Nick's, like, we didn't even talk. We just looked at each other on the bus ride back.
Like,
shook. I mean, absolutely shook.
We thought every label meeting was going to be like that.
No, we were just like, we got a lot to
They asked us questions we didn't know the answers to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just
so
like anyone should.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I mean, like, hey, so
like
who do you know? Who do you know? What's next? What is it looking like? And basically, like, what is Nick Gray?
Sounds like mad high pressure, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, think about New York. New York's already high pressure. So
claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Bam, boom,
so then
smack.
you think about a label in New York, like it's like if you don't have your shit already to just like bang, 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 just go like you're like, all right, I'll see you later. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like
that seems like such a suffocating thing for an artist, though. Like,
it is, but if you're ready, you can capitalize.
Yeah.
We were not ready.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like it went. Looking back now, it went exactly how it should have.
Exactly, and that leads into where we're going with Madden, because the point is that we were so unready that the next time we met somebody that was influential that actually could understand who we were,
you're ready to go.
Yeah,
right.
But also the vibe was a complete 180.
Not as high pressure.
No, I hate when people say 360 when it was different because you're at the same place. It was a 180. It was opposite. We went
going this way.
Yeah.
They took a U-turn.
Yeah. So we go into Madden. The vibes are right. Like we're already in LA. It's like the second time I've been there. Like
you guys are chilling.
The vibes are right. Go in. Naveed's like, yo, you want to come meet Joel? I'm like, yeah. Go in, like, mad nervous. Hands are a little sweatier than they usually are.
I didn't
so
say
you
a
knew
word.
who Good Charlotte was at the time.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew who Good Charlotte was. I was like, come on. Like,
well, bro, there's a lot of kids who listen to watch this that probably might not. Mind you, me and you are probably a little older than the average demographic that's listening to this. So.
True.
Yeah, people need to recognize that people only had one CD. Sometimes you only had one CD, so you listen to
we are
that
not
CD.
that old, bro.
No,
we
we're
got
not
iPods.
that old.
Well, when we were little,
Not that
when we were
old.
baby little.
Not that old.
Maybe I'm that old, I guess. Fuck.
No.
I was that old.
But all right. So Good Charlotte, look them up. They had smashes, man. They had hits, and they
were
still
huge
make hits.
Billboard band.
Yeah, they were crushing. So we go into the meeting. We sit down. We start talking like.
A room like this, kind of.
No, way nicer.
Oh yeah.
So nice, dude. It was what you would want your office to look like.
Yeah, it was. It felt like it felt really homey. Like,
so what was the atmospheric difference between like being in New York and in LA? You think it was a city thing?
way chiller, man.
Was it?
Way chiller.
Yeah, you say it.
Way chiller. Yeah, I never really loved New York to begin with. Like, it's just
bro, I don't like it either.
It's not for me. Like, I can go to New York for like a week. I can have a blast, but beyond that, I'm like, dude,
too much going on.
trying to chill. Like,
yeah.
That's
Our
why
first
like.
trip, I was like, when are we going home?
Yeah, it's like everything.
You're traumatized.
Like everything's mad expensive.
It's just like-
It's so much different than here, bro.
yeah, so much different.
If you have a
like,
place to stay, it's different. But
But
me
it-
and
but
Nick,
the-
it's like we're
But even
staying
there,
at someone
the
else's
apartments
house.
are tiny, bro.
Right.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Occasionally, and most often, you're in someone else's house. You're like, oh, like I'm touching your things that you don't need. Me to
I'm gonna
do
break some
something.
shit.
Like,
Yeah,
what am I
but
looking-
so West Coast vibe way different.
And
Way
so
different.
you're in this meeting with Joel. You guys are.
Yeah, so me, Naveed, Ryan, Joel, we're chilling. We're just talking. He's talking to us, and I feel like I'm talking to myself. Where if everything came to fruition, how I see it and how I want it to be, I would be talking to somebody in my position. Like he got
Man,
it.
you were smoking booth pack, man.
No.
No, it's the
No.
exact
Wait, no.
thing,
So
dude.
you mean like if you were in an executive position and you were
Like
talking to
if
them,
I had gone through my whole career being myself,
yeah.
like he had the outlook that I feel like I would have.
And
And
so
like
you were like, fuck yes.
I
we
was
were
like,
kind of figuring that
it
we would
was-
sit down. Like,
it was like so refreshing. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, because everyone tells you like, yo, watch out for the industry. Like everyone's snakes. Everyone's trying to come for you.
Mhm.
Most people are. Most people will try to snake you, but gut feeling. And he kept saying all stuff like, you know, you gotta follow your gut. He's like, you know, we want to work with you. If you don't want to work with us, no hard feelings. It's all good. Like, you know, he just left it open. It was our decision, and my gut feeling was like,
shit.
this is right.
we gotta slam dunk
like,
this.
This feels right. So, you know, whatever, we're chilling.
So you guys are fucking pumped though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's
I haven't
it
spoke
was
a word.
I
Like,
describe it as like a yeah.
Why you were nervous?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't my meeting. It wasn't my meeting.
I
I
feel
was
you.
blessed to be there. I was like, I'm not gonna speak. I just wanted to if anything, just add a little pizzazz to. I was trying to boost whatever Nick was trying
A
to
little
say.
one-liner.
Yeah, and I wasn't even saying that much. I was doing more listening because
bro.
the whole experience whenever in life is learning, and being there, I was like, this is like this is a class you couldn't even pay for. Like, just getting this kind of conversation, getting this insight from someone you see on this high tier where it seems so unreachable from where you are, and he's talking to you like
he's not talking down to you.
Not talking down, man. He's
At
talking to you
all.
as a person.
That's real shit.
So real, man. And you could feel it. You could feel it in your heart. It's like, this is like really real and like honest, and like they genuinely like the material, and it feels like they genuinely just want to help and see me grow. It's like, so like that meeting happens, like you guys want to go get tacos, like riding around, go get tacos.
You shake his hand, you sign the.
No, we didn't.
No
there was no
sign.
agreements or anything. Like he,
Like, oh, you're cool.
it was just an intro. It was just a meeting. Like, I'm sure they just wanted to meet me, and obviously I needed to like meet them. So it was just like a meeting. Like it's what it was. And he was like, yeah, we want to work with you, like, but you know, it's your decision. Like, it's.
So at this point, how long have you been doing music before that?
So I started. The first track that really did some stuff was Favors, which I think I dropped in 2014, 2015. Prior to that was, I don't know, do you hear of Pilot Nation?
Of course.
Yeah, so before that was Pilot Nation, but I was still, like, young. Like, I hadn't really fully got my footing on, like, how I wanted to sound.
And this meeting is in 2018?
This meeting was end of 2016.
And so you've been doing music for, like, 5 years?
No, I did music, but so after Pilot Nation, that was, like, my dark days. Like, that was my, like, I was, like, broke. I was working at a doggy daycare. I was just depressed. Like, there was no creativity. Like, I was just down and out. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
And then,
is this in Boston?
Yeah, so I was living in.
It's an important moment to recognize because that was a moment that I reached out to him first. People say,
he reached out to me in the darkest of my times. Like, Pilot Nation ended, went dark. Just like I don't think I made a song for 2 years, like just nothing.
So
he reached out to me off of some old stuff, just like because he like
Pilot Nation was the dark days. It was the after.
It was after Pilot Nation was
word.
the dark days. Pilot Nation was like, whoa, we all like making music, like let's do it together. And it was fun. Those days were sick.
I've seen them freestyles, bro. I'm like, damn.
Man, it was fun memories.
You know, that's like real legend status at this point, though, right? That shit.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I still think the bars are sick. Like
no, bro, the freestyles were dope.
Yeah, they were sick. A lot of those were off the dome too, which was sick.
Where was that? BU.
Yeah, that was BU. Yeah.
They got a sick radio station over there.
They do. Yeah. I think I've done that like 2 or 3 times. I can't remember, but they're always super cool. But all right. So Pilot Nation went into the dark days, depression, broke, hurt, whack.
You feel like you're like, I can't budge, I can't move.
Yeah, I felt like I had no control, and a lot of it was like financially too. It's like, you know, when you're working a minimum wage job, you are working like 30-40 hours a week. I would pay rent. I'd have like $150-200 left at the end of the month.
Terrible feeling,
man. You can't do anything, you know. You can't, and you're working so much. You get home, you're like, I don't even want to do anything.
And you probably thought the job was whack.
Yeah, well, at first it was a doggy daycare. It was dogs, but once the dogs are barking for like 7 hours straight,
you're doing it for like 6 months. You're like, fuck.
Toasted, man, toasted. So yeah, dark days, doggy daycare, Eastie. Then I moved to the North End, sleep on a homie's couch for like the summer. Started getting some other side shit in the works. Like,
how old are you at this point?
I was like 23.
Word, okay.
23. And go to the North End, staying with a friend. I was like, at that point, like most of my musical connections had just kind of fallen off because I fell off. So like, you know, I didn't really have anywhere to get beats, like personally, you know what I mean? No studio stuff. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own beats. Like, I'm going to do it. So I like hustled.
This after a 2-year break?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So
that
like
takes like real like muster yourself up to do some shit like
well,
that, bro.
dude, it got to a point where I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like you like some people it must just be who you are as a person, but I was so sick of being broke and having nothing,
Frustrated
and not creating anything, that I just reached the breaking point. I was like, I'm changing, like I'm making a change. And
was it a discipline thing for you?
It wasn't as much as discipline. It was more just getting my mental right. Like, you know, when you're just feeling down all the time, like you don't.
So it's like a mental discipline.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I guess. And just like, honestly, like finding different ways to make money is like also empowering, because it's like, oh, I'm not relying on a job. I'm not relying on someone to give me my paycheck. It's like, you know, whatever you got to do, you know, resell clothes, resell shoes, find
You're
other little
shit. You're
flipping
Gary Vaynerchucking it.
That's what?
You know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
Gabe Vaynerchuk?
A terrible joke. Okay.
Oh, it's okay.
You know Gary V. He's like this dude who's like totally into like flipping at yard sales and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I respect a flipper, but whatever.
Respect.
So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm figuring shit out. So turned into a little flipper, like flip whatever I could. Bought myself a computer. Bought Logic. Started teaching myself YouTube tutorials. I could like play piano and stuff. Like I always did music my whole life. Like I always liked music. I never was like, oh, I'm gonna do music though. Like I was always the kid who could play some like guitar chords and was like writing funny songs about my friends. Like thinking back now, I'm like, oh, I had a knack for it.
You always had talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so whatever. Start teaching myself how to make beats. Start making some songs. I got connected with Spare Monkey because Michael Christmas and Stizz were recording there, and I was talking to a mutual friend of ours. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to get in the studio. Like, we're going to go. He's like, oh, yo, we met this dude, Spare Monkey. I'm like, can you connect me? Whatever, boom, boom, boom. So I go make the connection with Spare Monkey. We, like, you know, we hit it off after a little bit. I'm like, all right, bro, like, I'm working with you, like, because I could recognize his talent right off jump,
He's
too.
a producer, also an engineer?
No, he's just an engineer.
Word, okay.
But, you know, he played in bands. You know, he's musically versed.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff. And, like, we did a little thing. I was like, bro, you can make me sound like this, like, you're a wizard. Like, I call people wizards, like, when they're nasty. It's like, it's like, how do you do that? It's like crazy. But so I started working with Spare Monkey. Kept making more beats, like just getting my own stuff. Like I wasn't taking beats from anybody. Like most of Northside, that first album was produced by me, with help from my homies Baby J and Rolex Daytona.
Baby, so you know Conus?
I haven't met him, but I know of him through Baby J.
Yeah, he had some dope beat he just gave to him.
Yeah, dude, Jay is a wizard.
Yeah.
Rolex Daytona is also a wizard.
Word, okay.
So we'll do another.
Both out of Mass?
Yeah, Arlington.
Word.
So we'll do another side story. If they could both be here, I'd have them here too, because they're like the homies. Like they're the only other people who are at our crib as much as we are. So
the team.
Yeah, they're our team. Rolex came on tour with us. He was the tour DJ.
Shout out Rolex.
Yeah, and
guys.
Baby J, bro, I keep telling you, if you want to come, get your fucking driver's license,
my brother.
The biggest thing on tour is the driving. You need to be able to take turns driving.
Oh, why you'd feel like he's
you can't have somebody.
No,
you can't have somebody in the van that can't
He
drive.
doesn't drive. He just never got his license. So we're
So
like,
just like dead weight.
yeah, essentially. I mean,
not even,
it's
but
not,
like
it's
help.
not dead
Like,
weight,
help
but
me.
it's like
help me.
everything.
So it's dead weight. It's dead weight.
Yeah.
It's 12,000 miles. Help me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like,
Wait, so what were you guys driving on tour?
Transit van. 15
that's a
seater.
whole nother story.
It's a whole
bro.
nother story. Hold on, do we?
Oh yeah, continue.
What do we want
sorry.
to do? Do we want to go on the timeline of how we got to where we are, and then tell stories?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm big ADHD, so kind of just bounce
Me too.
around.
Me
But
too.
no,
Alright,
but
it's
let's
all
go.
good.
But let's go back. I thought we were trying to go to the Naveed, but
Oh, build up to there.
we'll go back to Spare Monkey. I feel like it's all building from the Spare
It is
Monkey.
okay. So I started making with Spare Monkey. Kept making my beats.
Mhm.
Boom, boom, boom.
Don't say boom, boom, boom either. You were actually hustling and grinding.
Yeah, I was like, it's
Putting
not
in work, bro.
like the stuff. Listen, this stuff was not
No
quick.
parentheses.
It takes time, and nobody comes up overnight. 1% of people who say they come up overnight come up overnight.
And
Most people don't
They're not
come up
here to
overnight.
stay either.
And most of the people who do come up overnight have been like grinding, and that's the other thing. A lot of these people who come overnight, they're not hanging around. Like,
Yeah, that's
No.
one thing.
You
I'll
could buy
talk
a
to it
ticket,
after,
but you can't
I'm sure
buy
you've
the
just
house.
learned like such a patience and like.
yeah, dude, patience
But
is
it's a
an
blessing.
understatement.
Like, can I
Like
tell? Can
when
I
you
tell 'em a-
see, hold on, when you see, you know, all your friends who went to college and like, I don't want to say settled, but they had their route, and like you
Yeah, you're
pick,
saying they work corporate.
you know what I mean?
jobs
They
and shit.
they picked a route that each step you could see what was gonna happen next. You knew what was coming if you did a certain thing. I jumped into the fog. I jumped into the abyss. I'm like, I didn't know what was happening.
That's real shit though. You feel so much fucking different, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like
Changes your life.
my pockets don't show it right now, but I feel like I'm rich as hell. Like I just feel so much like natural experience in like I don't like using the word blessed, but I feel thankful and grateful
For the experiences.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more. That's huge.
It's like when you have nothing and you figure out how to get yourself something and turn that something into a little bit more.
And think positive.
And
Right.
you have to think positive.
Like a
You have
necessity,
to.
bro.
You
It's
have
a
to, bro.
necessity. If you think you're just not gonna do stuff and
You're
you're
fucked.
If you
never
think you're a
gonna,
loser, you're gonna be a loser.
yeah, it's true, man.
But if you think you're a big dick swinger, bro, you're probably gonna catch some wins.
It's amazing.
You
know?
might smack it on some shit and
That's a fact. Let's
Bro,
go.
about a year
I'm
ago,
fired up.
like this story is important because I remember like a year ago, we're living in our flat, like it's a small ass place. So Nick's basically in my room all the time.
This is the North End
this
headquarters.
is
normal.
jumping forward quite a bit.
This is
but-
jumping
Okay.
forward, but this is necessary. So like we're sitting here, we haven't heard anybody. We haven't heard from anybody. We released Northside. Northside's doing all right, and I have my like cosigns. Like I have people that have looked at my work and said, hey, like this is hitting, you know. And I look over at Nick, which is real close. I mean, I'm at my desk and like 5 feet away, Nick is in this beanbag looking at.
Sorry to interrupt. Ryan had just done all the videos. I didn't know. I just didn't reference it. But that's what he's talking about in terms of his work.
Right. So I just been working. Point is, like, it feels like I know if things fail, I can find my way out. I'm looking over at Nick. Nick's like, I don't know what's next. He's like, do I make another EP? Do we do a video? Do we make like, is a single the next thing? And I'm like, and I can see this level of like, not desperation, but desperation. You know what I mean? Like, not desperation because you need to, but because you want to figure out why you're here and what you're doing. And I'm like,
How you can catch a win.
right. And I'm like, dude, you gotta, and I'm saying this almost out of a mindset because I don't even really know, but where I'm at is like, I'm trying to feel that instantaneous nostalgia. I'm trying to feel nostalgia before I'm on the plane home. I'm trying to like have something amazing happen and look at that person 5 minutes later and be like, that was the most amazing thing. And I might be in tears when I say that.
being in the moment.
A lot of people, right? And even me too, when I was younger, it's like you get on the plane, right? You get on the plane, you start thinking, you play that song, you start like crying because you feel it. Finally, you feel it, right? How amazing would it be to feel that in that moment and know that it's happening still? You can still run up to that person and say, hey, this is amazing. So what I said to Nick is, you might not have any of these answers. Like, all this might be very vague right now.
Confused.
But this apartment, this tiny little apartment where we got to put up the micro like fan so that I don't hear you snoring, right? Like
I don't snore though, but
he
regardless.
doesn't. I'm making it up because we're not snoring, but we're doing other things. Point is, like, I don't want to hear everything Nick does, so I'm having put the microphone fan on. Point is, that's low. It's not a long-term thing. The point is that we're moving and that it's not always going to be this apartment. So feel this apartment. Understand that this is like a giant building block and where we're headed. And I always tell Nick, like,
Yeah, that's
you
real
got to
shit.
build the basement, bro. A lot of people are building the rooftops.
Yeah. All right. So this is our big metaphor. It's like,
Foundation.
Wait,
Yeah.
can I say it? Because I'm feeling good about it.
all right, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Bro,
Alley-oop
point
him.
is,
Toss me the alley-oop.
right, point is that
Dunk it,
people,
dunk it.
bro, people, dang,
That's my guy. That's my guy.
we
Yeah.
got it.
That's off the
Point
glass.
is-
That's off the
Point
glass.
is, bro, people are fucking building these rooftops out of gold shingles, and it's just not important. And the point is that they forgot to build the base. The base is fucking out of like some terrible aluminum foil, which is way
foil.
worse. And the point is that things are just crushing. And like you see me and Nick, and you might not understand like what we're doing. Like, oh, you haven't released a lot of content, haven't done a lot of this, haven't done a lot. And the reality is like we've been building the basement. We've been like building the basement out of like these gold and platinum pillars, and then wrapping them in this random plaster, so you don't even know what's in there. And the
Yo, can I
reality
keep it
is
a buck
like,
with you? That was dead ass real as fuck.
right, people aren't living that way.
Let me get
They're
one.
not living that way.
No, bro. That's some shit that's like totally profound because how grateful are you for like some of the L's you've taken at this point?
So grateful,
like
Bruh.
so
insanely
grateful.
right?
I'm also grateful that we started in the basement so the basement could flood before we even got to the kitchen.
Learned how to fix the base. You gotta learn how to fix the
You
basement.
have to learn about the basement before you even get, like I tell Nick right now, like I'm like we're just getting to the kitchen. And it's like, that's where you really do the cooking. That's where you really get the projects off. That's where you really get the things that make you the million.
So the kitchen's right above the basement.
Yeah. The basement is
Well,
like...
we kind of just made it to the kitchen. So
it's a direct staircase from the basement to the kitchen?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
no.
it's a side stair.
Whoa,
It's a side stair.
Whoa. No.
There's music as you go. There's
No, but like we built some real
You
nice
get it.
basement steps. Like
Right.
if we need to go back into the basement's gonna be livable and comfy.
It's a
so
bunker,
we can
bro.
read.
It's a
Finish the
bunker.
basement
It's
with
a
the
bunker.
insulation.
Yeah,
bro,
the-
it's a bunker, son.
We got a nice basement, but the top of our house looks terrible. The shingles are coming
And
off.
people are judging
roof's
it.
peeling.
They're judging it
Yeah,
every
Fuck the
day.
neighbors, but fuck the neighbors.
That's what I'm
Fuck the
fucking
neighbors.
saying, bro.
Fuck the neighbors.
And I'm online. It's like promoted post, promoted music video, and I look at that video, and in like parentheses, I'm seeing gold roof shingles. Right? There's no gold roof shingles in these videos, but you know what I'm talking about when I say that. Gold cars,
Rented
gold,
cars,
like everything's
rented
rented, bro.
cribs,
You
rented
look at one. You look at
girls.
Watch Playlist, Watch Fairweather. There is no gold shingles in that. That is literally Nick.
Well, I think that's why people probably fuck
Doing
with what
it,
you guys
you
are
know,
doing,
like-
just because you're authentic and
Yeah,
transparent.
so
right?
we have this conversation a lot. It's like, what's like my path? And it's like, we've all kind of decided that like it's not gonna be one of these things that just like pops up like a exponential like line like real quick, like these overnight things. Like our tactic is more keep a strong base and just go steady.
That's my guy.
Just go steady, because if you go steady, everything under it is gonna be strong. So it's like I was saying this the other day. If I never pop off, like 10 years, you're gonna be looking at all my stuff and be like, how come this dude never popped off? Like that's like how we feel. Like our back
Is that important to you though? Like
is what
like when you say pop off, do you mean just become
pop off
big
isn't
successful,
be
or-
able to support myself financially from my craft.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a,
well,
it's a
you
dumb
know
way
what I'm
to
saying?
put it. It makes it seem like fame is important.
Pop
but
off
that's
is
not
the
important.
pop off is the superficial sounding way of it, but it's being able to provide for yourself from your craft.
and
Yeah.
just love what you do and do it all the
And
time.
love what you do. I mean, the only reason we're still here doing it is because we genuinely like it. Like
Oh yeah.
that's
We don't like it. We love it.
we love it. But if
If I liked it, I wouldn't have woke up.
you didn't like it, you wouldn't have.
I like ice cream. I'm not getting it tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
That's kind of a fact.
right? Like, I like, but I'm not getting it
Yeah.
tonight. I mean, like, I love things, and we get them.
All right, so basically, we want to make sure each of our steps are built correctly. We want everything to be strong from the bottom up. So let's jump back to the story where
You're at
the
Spare
com-
Monkey.
All right, so I'm working with Spare Monkey. I'm making my beats. I make that favorites track. Do you hear that one?
Yes.
Got a couple more. So make that one. That one was like the first one that like did something like
That was a Scooters video.
Scooter's video. Yep. So that one made the song. I was like, yo, this song's good. Like from a mutual friend, he was like, yo, this should be the one. Like whatever. Like push this as a single. So then I'm like, all right, I need to do a video for this. And Jefe had reached out to me way prior. I probably hadn't talked to Jefe in maybe a year since I started getting on my stuff, like get into my grind. So I was like, who can shoot a video for me? Who can do a video? And I'm like, oh, Jefe. So I reach out to Jefe. He's living in Austin in his basement apartment, and we go over and I like play the song, and he's like, okay. So we kind of like hit it off a little bit. Like we're like, all right, like you want to work, like let's do it. Like
I was spending way too much time in my basement. I was also spending too much time sleeping. I was in a basement apartment with like no windows, and I was taking Adderall and I was smoking dabs.
Hey, you
And,
want to
like,
hear
I
something
don't
crazy?
smoke
Adderall
dabs.
fucked me too,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't. Well, it's beyond that. If you take Adderall and you smoke dabs, like anyone who smokes dabs, they know it's like it's debilitating. You're on another fucking planet, bro. Like
So you have the upper end, you have the wicked
right,
upper and the
right,
wicked
exactly.
downer.
So I'm so concentrated, but also so aloof. Like I'm not answering texts. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm staying up too late and I'm sleeping too late. So he hit me like, "Yo, let's make a video." And of course I'm like, of course, because I've been waiting, right, for him to hit me. But then the day comes and I'm sure I've been up super late. So he's knocking on my window.
it's like 3:30 in the afternoon.
So my window is on the street level. So I have a little like almost like a hot tub window, like very tiny, right? And like he's like, yo, Jefe, what's good, dog? I don't know what he said.
through
And
the
right.
because he had the AC thing,
And I
so
said-
it had like the vent going out the window.
there's a
And
little
I'm
bit
So
of
I like
space.
peeled the
Yeah,
vent a little. I was
yeah.
like, yo,
And
good.
I'm like, yo, I'm up. He's like, all right, man, I'll be in the back, which was a fire thing for him to ever say. You know what I mean? He said, like, he never was like, get the fuck up, which I've had people in my life.
My thing is just like no pressure. Like
I've had people in my life that push me to do things, and it just doesn't hit for me. I don't like that. I would much rather you, and it's not even what Nick did in this circumstance, but I would much rather you say, hey man, like I'm relying on you right now. I need you to step up. You know what I mean? Like I need someone to give me the fact that they respect me first, and then like that they want me to perform, you know? But point is, Nick was like, yo man, I'm in the back, come out anytime. So obviously I got the fuck up, got in the shower, got back there, and like, but I was still in a super depressive state. I was sleeping like way too long every day. It wasn't just that day, it was every day. So we got on the set. We had Xiaomi, so Xiaomi, shout out to Xiaomi.
You have the long hair in the video?
No.
Well,
is that you?
That's Roy.
That's Roy.
Yeah, that's
Roy.
Roy.
Roy. Spare Monkey.
Spare Monkey
okay.
Studio.
Yeah.
So that's dope. But no, Xiaomi's an underground figure.
Dude, Xiaomi's an underground king. He's
He's
like,
amazing.
Xiaomi.
Shout out
He's
Xiaomi,
amazing.
man.
Yeah,
He's
shout out
like,
Xiaomi.
if you need him, like he'll be there for something.
He's always there for
We
you,
needed
bro.
a homie to drive a car that day that Shafe could sit in the back of the
Shit.
trunk. Shafe could sit in the back
Oh,
of
is
the
that how you
trunk.
got the scooter shot?
Yeah,
The
Right.
tracking
yeah.
shots?
So
And
he
that
was
was
sitting in the
my
back of the
my
trunk.
car. I just sat in the back of the TL. So like the hood, I was holding the hood up with my head, and then I was holding the camera upside down and
No
trying to get as
stabilizer?
close.
No, glide cam.
Stabilizer, glide cam, but I was holding it upside down, so the glide cam didn't matter. I was just trying to get the camera as close to the ground as possible because I
It
think
almost looked fisheye in the video.
Yeah, it was a wide angle.
so it's a 14 millimeter, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
so
pretty
it's
damn
almost
close.
fisheye, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it was 10, you'd be like, that's a.
That was your
fisheye.
drone too?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was my drone too. Yeah,
Word.
that was my first drone.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Did you
wild.
crash it?
No, I just got a new one just like last month, and it's.
Are you
amazing.
totally a gear geek at this point?
Man, I love drones. Man.
Yeah, bro. Everyone loves upgrading their camera
is, like,
equipment.
the thing is, I always loved it though, cause like Nick, like this is different. So Nick grew up with like his dad was all about performance sports. Like his dad even to this day has like I went to his house and we drove this jet ski, fastest jet ski, I guess like in that area. You know.
Yeah,
like,
my dad just likes his toys, so
Right.
it's like we're like I always say like we're middle class rich because it's like we don't own anything. Like everything's having payments made on it.
Leased or rented.
At least,
Right.
Yeah.
but my parents always like they're like, yo, we're living now. Like
They want to treat you to shit.
let's have some fun. So
they
it's
have
like,
it. They have
dope.
it. And
so
my
it's like,
dad,
play now, stress later.
Yeah, I
like, you
fuck
know?
with that.
my dad was on some like. I was like, yeah, Dad. Like honestly, like when I grow up, like I wanna design cars. He's like, why would you want to design cars? They all look the same. I'm like, how fucking blind are you, dude? I love you, but like, nah, dude. And like all my childhood, he's trying to get me to fish. I'm like, dog, this is taking a long time, bro.
You weren't fucking
No,
with fishing?
I wasn't fucking with it at all, bro. Like I fuck with
Yeah,
it
shit-
now, but
shit
like
takes mad patience.
as a
My-
kid,
my,
bro,
my dad's
like-
like, go fast, like jump
Right.
high, like.
So I see
Oh,
that,
shit,
and
did
I'm
you have to
like,
play mad
I
sports
wish
growing
that.
up?
I didn't have to. I wanted to.
I did too.
I love sports. Yeah, I love sports. I played everything. I played baseball. I played football.
Were you good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Football-
That makes
I mean-
one of us, bro.
Yeah,
I
mean,
was fucking terrible.
Like
PS.
I wouldn't have gone D1, but like I was always a player. You know
Oh,
what I
right,
mean?
okay.
Like I started like
You want to
in
hear
high
a funny?
school?
You want to hear a
Yeah.
funny
Oh, right,
story?
right.
Want to hear a funny story? Every time I would go up to bat,
You'd miss.
no, you guess what my dad would say?
Don't miss.
No,
You're a great kid.
good eye, Rye.
I like that.
Good eye, Rye. Because that's the only thing you can say to a kid that is potentially stopping swinging because it's a ball. It's not a strike; it's a ball.
Or maybe it's just.
Good eye, Rye. No, good eye. No,
that's
good
the
eye,
best
Rye.
thing you did was
That's the
watch
best
the
thing
ball
you
go
could
by.
say. Good eye, Rye. Good eye.
You're like, wow,
'Cause
you had enough talent to recognize.
shit still hurts me
it.
So
today,
you probably
bro.
got on base though.
Bro, when I get on base,
on base
quote unquote,
percentage.
I hear my dad saying, good eye, Rye. And I fucking walk home. Like, it's a
No.
fucking no, dude.
No, no, I was good. My dad bought a camera with like a decent lens. He was always snapping plays because your boy made plays. I still
I
make
guess
plays, boy.
you're a shortstop or
I
second baseman?
I could play everything. I basically filled in where the weakest
Where'd
spot
you go to
was.
high school?
This high school called ORR.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, it was small. I graduated with like at least 100 kids that I went to kindergarten with.
Oh man.
Crazy. But it didn't feel like an Amish town small, but like it was a small town.
Yeah, I'm
like
sure.
the only thing to do in high school was like drive around and like smoke weed and try to avoid the cops.
Yeah,
like,
just like every Massachusetts suburb.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Same shit with Lincoln.
yeah,
the
there
same
was
thing.
nothing to do. And but yeah, so well, where do we start? This tangent.
There was a good eye ride.
No, we
Good eye.
move forward. So point is, start talking about after the fact.
Oh, the
after-
first video. You got the first video.
No, so,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, favors. So Yeah, we shot Favors. I hadn't put out any music since Pilot Nation. So Favors was like my
2 years.
Yeah, so Favors was like my reemergence into music. We dropped the single with the video, and it like started doing well. Like it started getting some plays. SoundCloud was kind of popping off for me at that point. And I think that dude 40 Ounce Van like tweeted it. I had no idea who that was. One of my friends hit me. He's like, "Yo, 40 Ounce tweeted Favors." I'm like, "Who's that?"
That's when SoundCloud was like prevalent in like a real respectable platform too.
Yeah, it wasn't as oversaturated as today. Like now it's looked down upon sort of in a way, but I mean there's still a ton of quality stuff on it.
Oh, 100%. It's just now everyone has a SoundCloud.
Yeah, everyone has a SoundCloud. That's also
shout out
if
Tim
I may
LaRue.
say if I may say another thing, it's like when people ask me what I do, it's like I almost feel embarrassed to say I'm a rapper. I hate saying the word rapper because I just say I make music.
Yeah.
And then if they want to dive deeper, I say, well, I rap and produce. And
but you sing too.
I sing, yeah. I guess you can call it singing with the help of auto-tune. But
in a good mix.
In a good mix.
Hell
Shout out Spare Monkey.
What's up, family? We're over here.
Yeah.
Yes. God bless. We're doing great.
Yeah.
Okay, so your SoundCloud's popping.
Sort of. It's getting there. It's getting plays. I'm like, oh shit, like, we're getting some plays. So Favors. Put out a couple more singles, Slow Motion, Samantha. I don't even remember what came after that, but
what is this, like late 15?
Yeah, this is like late 15. Yeah, late 15. And then
Juggling came
sometime
next.
in that point. Yeah, so then Juggling came out. I don't think we were living together when Juggling came out, right?
No, we met up at a random cafeteria to put it out.
To release it.
Oh
yeah, we made the art at your crib. Yep. Okay.
They need the story of you making the beat.
Oh, so how Juggling came to be. I always like this story. So after the doggy daycare, I went and worked. Before the doggy daycare, I went and worked. I went and worked before doggy daycare. I went and worked at the Red Sox selling pregame programs. Like, get your program here.
Fun though.
So that was an experience. Fun. Did that. Then I did the doggy daycare, and then after the doggy daycare, I got a job at what's the clothing store on Boylston? Tannery. I was working at the tannery doing retail for a little bit, and then some schedule shit got fucked up, and I got fired, and then I became like an ultra flipper, was like supporting myself, and that's when I like bought my computer and started doing all the beats. So,
you were Craigslist flipping?
Whatever.
Yeah, just do it.
Whatever. eBay loves me.
That's a sick hustle though. Once you start getting it, it's a high, bro, right?
Yeah. Once you start, I mean, I had friends that helped point me into the right direction of what to do, but like I'm good with my money, so like I always had some investment stuff, so it's like all right, $1.30, like I can turn that into $2. Okay, like I have it, so let's do it. So that was always me. But so we do the tannery, and then after I got fired from the tannery, I was just flipping for a while. And then I got this gig driving for Uber, but I didn't have a car. So it was like you drove Uber, but you were paid an hourly wage, and the company went bankrupt. I guess the business model sucked. But
was it Fasten?
No, it wasn't. It was Uber.
Oh, okay.
But they own the cars.
Oh, Uber rental.
And it wasn't Uber rental. It was like a private company. They had 3 cars. I was like an experiment driver, like, but I crushed it. Like they were always like, you did great tonight. Like, yeah, you crushed it.
Wait. So it was. The company was owned by Uber, or was it?
No.
Oh, it was a delivery service they were testing.
No, it wasn't even through Uber. Uber was just the app they used. It was a couple guys who bought 3 Priuses, and they said we're gonna hire employees to drive by the hour. And it was supposed to work out that I worked, 8 hours, I get $80 at say $10 an hour, but if I pulled in like $160, they got what was off the top of it. So that's how they'd make money.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing for a while. And before I went to work one day, I was going through like old beat folders, just ideas, and the Juggling like piano I found. I was like, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of dope. Originally, Juggling beat was called Goop. For whatever reason, I named it Goop.
That was the file name?
That was the file name. And threw a snare on it, threw like a little kick on it, like got some legs behind it. threw it on my phone, and then I like wrote the hook walking out the door. I was like, I get rubber bands from the postman. I was like, whoa. And then like, I love holding bands more than holding. I was like, this is sick. Was like driving around the whole night, wrote the song like
while you work for the Uber service.
Oh yeah,
that's legendary.
Knee driver, baby. When you grow up in a small town, like, and you have to like, you learn. I got my license, you know, like 16.
Yeah,
like,
same shit.
So it's like you know, you learn to drive and stuff, like, and you're good. So
knee. Hell yeah, dude. You still do it? You text and
I don't even drive anymore. I don't have a car in the city, but but no, I wouldn't recommend it. It's like, obviously it's super dangerous.
Yeah, don't do it in the city.
Hell no.
If you're gonna do it, make sure it's like a back road where you can hit some trees.
Hit you, but trees don't forgive either. So
They don't.
But yeah, so I wrote Juggling, doing the Uber thing, recorded it. I was like, yo, we got something here. Like, this is different. Put out Juggling like a little later on, and then that started to get some like legs, and like we wrote off Juggling for like a couple months. I was like, whoa, because it kept going up. Like, then this other dude, Relion Smash, reposted it. He reached out to me, super cool dude. He's kind of like a tastemaker type dude. Like, he'll find some like underground stuff that's not popped off yet, and he'll kind of put it on. And we're like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, Juggling's actually doing stuff. And then in that time, we moved in together probably like a year after Juggling dropped.
That's the North End crib?
Yeah. So this is when we moved into the North End. I was like, dude, like, he didn't know what he was doing. I was like, yo, I need a roommate. I was like, dude, you want to like live together? He's like, sure. Like,
so you guys went straight to the North End?
Yeah, well, I had been there for 2 years. I was living with a girlfriend, and we were like sharing a tiny ass room. That was like a whole nother phase. But what's this kid doing? Oh god!
They told me to get uncomfortably close.
Content, marketing,
Jesus.
branding.
So I was like 2 years in the North End making all the beats and stuff. Like, that was North End for me. And like, I loved the North End because I was like, I had lived in Dorchester, I'd lived in Eastie, I stayed with friends in like South Boston, and then I was in the North End. I was like, damn, like, this is mad nice. Like, this is good. Like, no
parking though. No parking.
Oh, no park. You can't have a car there. But I was like, yo, this is where I want to be. Like, so I said, Shafe, bro, come on, we're moving to the North End. Like, whatever it takes, what's your budget? I'll find a place for us. Like, I'll find it. And I found this place, and we made it work, and we're still making it work.
Oh, same crib?
Same crib.
So you've been there like
3 years. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. But so, all right, so Juggling's kind of popping. I make the whole North Side album. We do that. Juggling's still going up. Numbers are still going up. We're like, all right, we got to do a video to Juggling. Like, we got to do a video to like a song that's good. So this is before we met any of the Madden, like, had anybody reach out, really. We're like, he's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to be a postman. Like, I got to be a postman. Like, it's like,
because that's the chorus.
Yeah, well, it's
it's
like the first line. I get rubber bands. Right. I was like, that would be crazy. Like, so I'm like, all right, how are we gonna do this? I'm like, I want to be driving around in a postal truck, in a postal uniform, doing the Juggling song. It's like, how do we do this? Like, we gotta go out to Cali. Like, that's the only place where you can like rent a prop truck. Like, it's the only place you can do it. So we had a homie out there. Shout out B Flan.
Shout out B Flan. Without B Flan, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, B Flan was like on the same level like Xiaomi was on for favors. Like, B Flan also does film and video stuff. So it was like perfect to have him on set. Cause
B Flan drove the car. I bungee corded my right arm in the wagon so that when I was shooting him with the glide cam out the back, I wouldn't fall off the wagon.
Oh, you were really DIYing it.
It was real.
Yeah. We weren't even supposed to drive this truck.
We attached
when we filled out all the stuff. It was like truck must remain stationary on set. Like
we attacked,
no power steering. Brakes were mad rickety. We were driving around North Hollywood, like through the street.
Wait, how did you get the shot in the plane?
Dude, we videoed when we took the flight.
Oh, so that was just on the back of the plane when you flew out there.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like it was like a set. That was pretty
God
sick.
bless. Yeah. That's what I wanted to look like.
Word, that was fresh.
But, bro, when we were shooting, the funniest part is that we didn't even use one of the most, like, the scenes that we ended up running from. Like, we attached like 6 smoke bombs to the back.
Shout
of
out
this
to
truck.
Enola Gay smoke bombs.
Yeah,
Every
Enola
music
Gay.
video you see was smoking it is Enola Gay smoke bombs.
Enola Gay, bro. We attached
Shout
6
out Enola
Enola
Gay.
Gay girls on the back of this truck we weren't supposed to be driving.
Taped on like
in a
How do they work?
residential.
It's like a grenade.
yeah, you pull it. It's
You
like
pull
a
it,
wire.
so like it ends up going like 20 seconds after you pull it, right? So I'm like, all right, Nick, like I got the drone up, dude. Get in the fucking
White
like,
smoke.
No, all different colors.
all
goes.
colors,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm like, all right, get in the fucking front seat and drive, dude. I just told him to drive, and like this dude comes running out the house, like probably 42-year-old man.
Hold on, but there was a ton of smoke. Like the
I mean, it
whole
looked
street was
spewing.
smoke.
It looked like a
Spewing.
music video.
Smelled
Like
bad?
it didn't look like a music
Yeah, it
video. It looked
smelled
like
like-
a
yeah,
like
it
a
was
real
fireworks.
video. Like it looked like someone had shut down the street to do a video.
Yeah, it was. Of
Which we
course.
did. Like this dad came out, he's like, "There's children in this neighborhood. What are you doing?" Like, and I'm like, at the same time, I'm looking at him with the controller in my hands, looking up at the drone, like, it's not a big deal. It's totally fine. Everything's gonna be completely fine. We're not gonna have to worry about this.
He's pissed.
He's looking at me like, "You better get that fucking thing down." I'm like looking at it, and the funniest part about drone operating is like, you're in the wrong place and you can't get it down fast enough. This motherfucker is going down.
Oh my god,
Bro,
bro.
you might as well be doing like a spelling bee in 6th grade. Like, I don't know, like what's going on? Like it's coming down. This thing is like going at its own pace. I
And the
grab
dude's
it out.
breathing down your neck.
Oh
right?
yeah, he's hurt. He's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
worried.
he's tight.
I literally grab it out of the air. I start running towards Beefland's car, which is in the other street, right? Like we get in the car. Nick's like, "Yeah, we gotta get in there." Like Nick's like, "Yo, should we go
Oh,
back?"
I already
Nick's
got
like-
down. I
Nick's like-
peeled the corner. I was going right back to the crib.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to the crib. I pull it right behind
I
the
talked to
crib.
Brandon.
like-
Brandon's like, "Yo, should we go back and like talk to that father? Like he might be like we need to talk to him."
Oh,
Like,
oh,
we
you
can't
thought
just
you were
like
gonna call the popo?
yeah, no, yeah, exactly. So like we went back, like talked to him. He's like, "Yeah, it's okay, don't worry about it. We just don't come back to us." We came, we
this
literally
guy's
sat
foreign?
down.
No, you're Spanish. Spanish. Dude.
That's just
Okay,
me.
cool.
This is me doing an accent for somebody that's not myself. I just don't want
I
it to
feel
sound
you.
like me. So like basically, we get in the house, and I'm looking at Nick, and it's like, dude, we're not leaving this fucking house.
Yeah.
Like we have like this mail truck we've tucked around the back, like we're Grand Theft, like we're doing like some awesome
Mind you,
things.
it was high pressure. We had the truck for one day. It was all the money I had. It was
I'm
all
sure
the
it
money I
cost
had
mad bread at the
budgeted.
time.
It was it. We got there. It was cloudy the whole day before. We woke up. Sun was poking out. We're like, we got to do it. We all took a minuscule amount of Addy, so we were just running.
Ready to
Like
go.
we were just going. Like so, the whole day was like, boom, get the shot, boom, get the shot, boom, get the shot, boom. At the end of this, we were all just like stressed. Like, but when it was all done, we got into the crib. We were all like, we got it.
We caught the dub.
The shots look great.
Yeah. So yeah, the juggling thing was crazy. We dropped the video, and then I think it was, I don't know if that was the summer that Naveed reached out or what, but it was basically after the juggling video.
They had seen it.
Yeah, they saw it, but they heard the track. The track was what popped. The track was what popped off. The video is just like, oh wow, there's a dope video to this too. So yeah, that all led up to the Madden thing, which they reached out, and you know, I was at more of a point where I felt more in control of my music, had an idea of what direction I was doing, the sound I wanted to do.
What is this like time wise? Where are we?
This is gonna be 2016,
Where,
like
okay.
right after Northside Drop 2016. So maybe this in between 2016, 2017. And they reached out. We did the meeting out there, and then since then they just been kind of like, you know, they're not telling me, but they're like, you know, kind of helping me, like, you know.
They're reaching out.
Yeah, they're reaching out. They're like, well, so after the meeting we took, like at the end of the day, I was like, Shafe, we got to work with them. Like they
got it. They got the hookup.
they
and
got what
they're
we
doing.
want. They
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the energy. Like
They seem like they're reliable.
they're chill. They're nice. Like
Well, were you like paranoid at that point? You're like, yo, I don't have that many contacts with like people in the industry and like what they do. So like, did it ever like cross your mind? You're like, yo, are these people being 100 with me?
of course.
Yeah.
Of course, you never know, and just in coming up when you're kind of like on your own hustling and like going through that, like you can't trust anybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't have to be in the industry. People in life will snake you.
Mm-hmm.
People who you trusted, you thought you trusted, people who called you their brother will snake you, man. Like it's in that once you take those L's, like those are the learning L's for real.
I know, but I'm sure some of your wins recently have been like you've had to trust people on a whim though. Right?
Of course, you won't get anywhere without trust.
Yeah.
But trust is a risk. So you got to take risks.
You gotta take risks.
You got to take risks.
Damn, that was mad profound, bro.
It's that's just what it is. So it's like you have to be 100 that you know what you want for yourself, and you got to really look at steps ahead and like what are the 5 outcomes that could happen if I take a step to the right. Like
I know you're a testament. Like you can't at a certain point you can do a lot on your own, but you do need help at a certain point with certain shit.
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, it's nobody you see popping is popping without a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like Jefe is basically my partner at this point, but there's a lot of Shafes out there who are totally unknown. Like you'd never know who they are if you saw them on the street.
Yo, would you mind just clicking that button, bro, just so we don't have anyone break through? Thanks, bro.
But it's like, yeah, you need help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you not like, yo, I need you to pull me up. Like, yo, what should I do with this? Like, does this look good? Like, would this make you think this would make a good impact? Like, it's you need other opinions.
Well, yeah, I'm also just thinking from like an administrative position. Like, there are people who are like executive and have access to mad bread that you're like, yo, I probably needed a certain amount of bread to go do something.
You're not getting anywhere without money. I'll tell you that.
Listen.
You're not getting anywhere without money. It might not be your money. It might be your money. But the money has to come from somewhere.
Yep.
And if it's not your money, you're indebted to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And you owe them something. Whatever the terms are you work out with them, you owe them money.
It's a result of the system we live in, man.
It is. But your boy holds it down for himself.
You keep your bread coming in.
I don't owe nobody right now.
Right now?
I don't owe anybody.
Why, do you plan on owing someone in the future?
If the terms are right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about the terms. It's all about leverage. It's all about what you're getting and how big it could build and, you know.
I know, but I feel like the way you're talking about it, it's like you think every transaction you've ever had when it comes to music is like a business transaction? Yeah.
If you're doing music with the purpose of trying to, you know, get profit from it, it's a business transaction. Mm-hmm. It's like it's not a fine line. It's actually a hard line between it being a hobby and being something you want to pursue. Like if you're doing it as a hobby, then you don't really care what's the outcome of it. You're like, oh, this is just fun. Like music's still fun, but you have to make other decisions. It's like, all right, you had fun making the music. Now, what's the business decisions?
How do I sell it?
Yeah, how do I get it to people? Like, how do I make it look the best? How do I put it in a package? How do I make a brand? You know, the word brand is thrown around so loosely. Like people got CEO in their fucking bios and shit. It's like entrepreneur. It's like great, bro. Like, but you know, I don't mean to like hate on anybody, but like it's a business if you want to do it. So it's like you got to treat it like that. You got to make business decisions. And like more recently, like, you know, we've been trying to think about it in those terms. It's not fun.
I know, but I feel like the way you're talking about it, it's like, yo, you could go about it I think I'm trying to find it too, but like you can go about shit in a way where it's like, yeah, this is like my job. You have to pay me for it, but yo, this is just like how it works. Do you feel like you have to be strict about shit all the time?
Like what type of stuff?
Like, for instance, like we have brands that work with us sometimes and will reach out to us. I like kind of like just being like loose and like friendly with them. Do you feel like you have to approach it? No. Shit?
Not like that. Like you can be totally loose. Like I'm never like holding anybody by the collar like, yo, we gotta go this way.
Give me my money, fuckhead.
Yeah, no, it's never like that. It's like everything's chill. Like there's no pressure, but like
it's about being chill until you need that fucking
also
paycheck.
Transparent.
Yeah,
transparency is
can
key.
be just as.
What do you mean about transparency?
I mean, I'm sure like when you mind you, I threw a big show at the Middle East this summer. Sold it out. Dope.
Cool, sick.
When you were working with whoever's providing the money for the tour, you had to be transparent about what you wanted to make every night, who's coming in, type of shit they're providing, right? Off rip. It's not like you show up every day and they're like, hey, this is how much you might get paid tonight. You probably are like, yo, this is how much you have to give me per night.
Yeah. I mean, this
is all pre-negotiated.
You gotta have goals. You gotta have things that you know you're shooting for. Otherwise, you know, you're just kind of walking blind and aimlessly.
I'm just trying to be simplistic as possible because like you're probably one of 2 or 3 artists that we've had up that have actually experienced a tour. So like all these like little littler artists could
Yeah, well,
understand.
the tour that was, so let's get into the tour. So the tour was, I got on that because of Madden. So the headline band Waterparks is managed by Madden. I had been working with Madden, and whatever, they talked to Austin, and the Waterparks dude was like, yo, how would you feel about Nick coming on? He was like, sure. Like,
You guys linked beforehand?
I'd met him briefly, but not like on a chill level, like got
Word.
to know him or anything. But they basically just gave me a chance, like
Huge. We love
huge
it.
chance.
You're probably
like,
ready for it, though.
I mean, I wasn't. Like, I'd never really done a full set before, like on stage. Like, I'd
Bro,
never.
They
Oh,
were
your
so
first
they were
shows
so
were on this-
open.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You've never
dude.
like done like a show at the Middle East upstairs?
Yeah, I
or anything?
have, but like one song
Yeah.
where
he
I
did
couldn't.
he did shows for his the past group, yo, like with Stizz and like.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys did some shows.
Yeah,
He
but
had-
it
it was
wasn't
like 2-year drought, yo.
It wasn't
he had,
like
he was
it wasn't
dry.
like I wasn't on stage enough to like feel what it was like to be on stage and like develop like a charisma.
So you
and,
should like sack up and be like, yeah, you guys got to do this.
super sack up.
Yeah.
Like the first show felt so awkward. Like it was. I got off. I was like,
Fuck, man.
fuck. Went to bed that night. Was like thinking about it. I was like, all right, I gotta do it. Next.
Did you drink for the first one?
Yeah, I took like a sip, like just a nerve killer, not like
Yeah.
any like waste
You
or
get
anything.
smashed.
But second show felt like a complete 180. Like I thought about all the stuff I did wrong. Second show, I thought about everything I wanted to do, from the performance to just how I moved. Got off stage, like all our homies were like just cheesing, like
That was sick.
this is it, like this is it.
Where's this?
This was in Orlando, so the second
Word.
show was in Orlando. The first one was in Lake Park. I felt so awkward and terrible, and
Same.
Orlando felt 10 times better, and then each show just kept getting progressively
And the crowd's
better.
pretty like full, right?
Crowd was full. There was like,
What,
Crowd
what
keep
size
getting
venue
the-
is it?
dude, it was like the
300 to 1500.
Yeah, I mean the smallest show was Reno. There must have been like 100 people there, or maybe a little less. But
So on average, it's like a Middle East downstairs type.
yeah,
It's a big shows, bro.
big shows, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a
Yeah,
lot of
for sure.
cameras, like a lot of just people, man, just looking at you. Like nobody knows who I am. Like
yeah. So how do they? So I asked Fast Coop the same thing. Like how does the other band help market you when you're going into this? And
it's just a tweet like, "Hey, I'm going on tour with so and so."
oh, word, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, people had some people had kind of looked at my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like a couple people once in a while in a stop who like came just for me, like
Mm-hmm.
just fans from like who have been rocking with all the stuff.
Word.
But say 90% of the crowd had no idea who I was.
So were you on some shit where like this is nerve wracking, or yo, this is like a sick opportunity for me to just do whatever the fuck?
First, it was nerve wracking.
Yeah.
After I did a couple shows, I was like, all right, this is fucking sick. I can do what the fuck I want up there. It's my stage for 30 minutes.
Dope.
It's
Right.
my music. I can do what
I'm
I
the
want.
Fucking king.
Dude, we
It
had
felt- bro.
Yeah.
It felt amazing.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We multiple moments. It was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
It all
Yeah,
worked
what was
out.
our total? What was our total
Worked out,
shows?
man.
What was our total shows?
All worked out for that month.
was
Most
it?
expensive vacation I've ever taken.
I'm sure.
What was the total shows?
Can you check the
26?
camera?
Like 25, 26 shows.
Yeah, so
In a
like
month?
if we're doing
Yeah.
so if we're doing 25 shows, it was probably like I think Virginia was probably our fourth or fifth show, and it was when Nick really. So Nick's first show was like I could see the nerves in him. Then like second show like immediately had changed. He had like he's all in still. Like he's been all in, but now he's able to kind of talk to the audience a little differently. The Virginia show, which was probably the fourth or fifth show, was like when I first looked over and I was like, he's hitting every single mark. Like he hit the mark where we're bringing up Waterparks in a funny comedian way. He's hitting each of the like each song had a speech kind of had like
It's
a
like a
small
balance.
speech.
You gotta make your point. So it's like
Right.
in between songs, it's like
Did you just do the EP, or were you doing some of the bigger songs?
I
too?
was doing most of the EP. I was doing slow motion, juggling, and then I think we played Sunday a couple times, but it was mostly the EP, mostly the new stuff. But it was dope. I felt like the set list was super strong, like really good energy, and then the slow songs were really like emotional, and like I would just like found the pocket. Like it was sick.
I know it seemed just based on the videos. I don't know if you're just an editing whiz, but it seemed like shorties were loving it, bro.
It would do. There was a lot of people who really did like it. Like it was like.
Bro, there were people loving us. There were people loving people. I was at the first show and I'm like, we're at the merch booth and I'm like, they're gonna be running up to Nick, right? Like as they did. And then like me and Dan Rolex Daytona, like the producer.
Oh, I can imagine you were tweaking though on stage with your guy.
I was doing what I had to do, bro. It's my best friend. I'm like, bro.
Energy on 10.
Dog, I literally like, I'm like, yo, this is my best friend. Like this is the most amazing moment of my life. Like,
yeah, I would like say on the show, I was like, you guys, I just want to say like I'm up here with like my best friends right now, like,
and they're like, oh my god, we love this guy,
bro. It's next level,
dude. They did, and all the kids were super cool. Like, I think they could genuinely feel how we were feeling, like how surreal we were feeling.
Yeah, it probably bled through. I mean, it just seemed like you were so patient for some shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, fuck, like, yo, I had so much self-doubt, like,
yeah, it's like
patience. I just finally slammed it.
Yeah, we'd say like, yo, this is like my first tour ever. Like, thank you. Like, just like cheers. Like, it'd be sick. Like, people would come and be like, this is like your first tour. Like
there's just so many things, bro. So many things that line up, bro. Like Nick is like, Nick's so hardworking that for him to believe in like a synchronicity or like a blessing or like a God gave you this or like something like that is like way too much. And it makes sense because like you're working so fucking hard. It's like, I'm not gonna attribute this hard work to somebody else, right? But
the hard work's a blessing. You feel that
right?
way?
No, and there's moments in life.
I'm too young.
There's moments in life where for me it feels like someone is kind of speaking, bro.
I feel the same way.
So
keep
like,
going.
Yeah, right. He's hard on the synchronicities.
I'm hard on this, bro. I'm hard on this because you only have so many people speaking to you, right? A lot of times it's yourself speaking to you, telling you negative shit that makes you not do as well as you should be doing.
But fuck that voice.
Fuck that voice. Point is, like, we're on stage. It's probably like the 6th show. One of the best like sound operators we've had, bro. I want to like have him as my dad. He's
looked
the
like Guy
most
Fieri.
amazing
Looked
guy.
like Guy Fieri.
Dude,
he was the
most amazing guy, bro. And like we're just kind of we're still figuring it out. I mean, this is the biggest. So this stage in particular is one of the biggest we had. So I'm able to like run out to the right, run out to the left. Nick is performing. I look down. So he plays a song called Slow Motion, which I don't know if you know, but it's one of my favorite songs. It's like it's a slower vibe that he put out a couple of years ago.
Slow motion.
Yeah.
Money fast, money falling.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Point is, bro, there's a part in it where he talks about roses and about appreciating the things in life that you don't notice, right? And like that, we all do that all the time. I mean, we should all be appreciating the fact that we even have hands, the fact that we can move, the fact that we could like
it's a fact though
take a fucking poop on our own. Yeah, I mean, there's things that like we're not.
I know, and it's terrifying.
We're not recognizing it, bro. So point is like, let's fast forward past that and think about the fact. So I'm standing up there. I'm also nervous as shit, right? Nick is nervous because he's performing, but I've never even been on stage. And I'm also like mad like to myself. I don't like talk to people all the time. I sit in my house and I do edits, right? So like I'm up there, but this is my best friend. I'm like, yo, this is a fucking amazing song. I fucking love this shit. I look down and I see a fake rose like tucked underneath the speaker, right? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. And I like go down, I pick it up, right? Like rip it out of the speaker. And I hand it to him, right? And like the crowd's like, oh my god! Just gave him a rose, like.
You gave him a rose,
right? Yeah. I gave him what I found under the speaker, right? So that changed a lot of things. Like everybody's like, oh my, they loved it, right?
Let's just taking pics.
So
Let's go, bro. We'll all smile. Hey, okay.
Yeah.
What's that? A fucking laser beam?
Yeah.
It's like,
Edie scared himself.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So every day I would go and get roses before the show.
Yeah, so after that show, we started doing the roses every show.
And I would give him that rose when he said the line in the song, right? And
you give him the rose.
Yeah,
right.
And I would give it to someone in the
And I genuinely don't think that I would have done it. I really,
that's my guy.
The point is I don't think I would have done that if I hadn't walked on stage mad nervous and saw a fake flower smashed under a speaker. Like I saw it and I'm like, I got to take that out. Like I thought it was real at first. I pulled it out and then I handed it to him because I was like, I can't just be standing here with a rose that's not mine.
So you're a big Destiny guy.
For sure, bro.
You're
huge.
You're full 100% on Destiny?
Yeah,
you think everything's predetermined?
Who's the guy we watched last night?
TD Jakes.
No.
Abagnale, Frank Abagnale.
The guy from
Catch
where?
Me If You
Catch
Can.
Me If You Can, yo.
Oh, he's a beast.
And
He's
so
a
I
beast.
watched.
He's a
So I,
snitch.
I
He's a
watched.
snitch.
No, he's
Whatever,
a beast,
bro.
though. He's a
Point
beast.
is, like,
He's right in his wrongs.
I watched like his whole documentary, and like he literally gets on stage. He's like, I got to tell you my story because everybody fucking told my story, so I'm gonna tell it. And dude, he's basically just saying that everything was chance. He was like, I didn't know I could get a uniform for free if I put it to there. Like, I didn't know I could get on flights and ride 100,000 miles
I get what
off
you're
them.
saying.
Like, the point is that a lot of us, it's not even about chance. It's about like doors, and about the fact that like a lot of us close ourselves to doors that we don't really understand the meaning of. And that's why a lot of us are like, why didn't I get there? It's like, because we're questioning.
Because you're getting tossed another alley-oop that you don't even know.
Right, and we're questioning a lot of things. Like, I'm not going to walk through that door if I don't understand the knob. But the reality is that you're never going to understand the knob. You're also not going to understand what's on the other side. You probably don't even understand what's in the room that you're standing in.
Yeah, but is this an immaturity thing, you think? Because we're all
Right.
young?
I
Or
think it
you it's
depends. I
something
think
that we'll look back on.
I
and
know. I think
reflect,
there's
like,
some.
yo,
I guess what I'm saying is I think there's something beautiful about being immature and being young and being willing to see everything as a very broad scale.
Being
I think as we get older-
willing to take a chance.
Right. As we get older, the chances and the willingness to take a chance obviously gets lower because you're like,
You don't trust anything.
and you see a lot of people taking chances and failing. So you're like, I'm not going to take one. But as a kid, you remember being a kid, you're like, I'll do it.
I'll
It doesn't
jump.
matter.
I'll go off this jump.
Right. I'll do a 360 off this kicker. Like,
Let's go.
I don't care if I break my knee. Like, I'm good.
I
Like,
want my parents' health insurance.
and so he says that. He says, I feel terrible about defrauding the banks, about defrauding Pan Am. He's like, I feel terrible about that. But he's like, I was a kid. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was just kind of thinking about my survival.
Yeah.
He said, if I was an adult, I would never have done those things because I wouldn't have had the guts to do them.
yeah,
He's
or-
like, I
yeah,
was
I
like,
get what you're
right?
saying.
He's like, I'm a kid. I was just doing them to do, like, right? So, I don't know. I think
Regardless.
there's
All right, so
something
we got the roses. We got the roses popping at all the shows. It was a hit. It was a hit. Like, because
It was a bit. It was a bit in the show.
Yeah, it was like it was a part of it. It
Right.
turned into a part of it because it's like you come to a show, you're like, "What? I got a rose." Like it's a special moment. Like the people who got those roses will remember that moment. They'll remember.
They were hitting you in the DM for sure.
Oh yeah, the DMs are popping off.
Hell yeah.
Ooh woo, UWU. I don't know how to say it.
What, she hits you all the time or something? I don't-
No, it's like I think it UWU is like anime smile or something. I had to look it up.
Oh, you've been getting a bunch of those?
Yeah, it's this.
the cutie face thing?
No, I don't really fully understand it.
Ooh,
Ooh woo.
whoa.
Yeah. But regardless, the rose turned into a thing, and it became a part of the show, and it was just dope as the tour kept going. The show developed. Like our set got more developed. The points and speeches in between songs got less words and more right to the point. It was like it
Just
felt.
another hustle. Like you just had the opportunity to fucking
Yeah.
work on it.
Yeah, you know, you learn after each one. You remember and watch video of what is cringeworthy, and you don't do that next time. That's like
And you're becoming more confident.
you become
for
more
the show.
confident completely.
Yeah.
You start to see what you can do, and like, yeah, I
Kind
don't
of
know.
feel like you guys are looking for another tour soon, huh?
I'd love it, man.
Yes, please.
I'd love to do it. It was
That'd be
super fun.
amazing.
I'd love to do it for the Waterparks fans again too. Like they're so sick. They're so fun to play in front of. Like they jump, they fucking cheer, they smile. They're
And it's every artist at a certain point wants to go on a tour too. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Oh, so that's that other thing, dude. It's like tour. Like before the Madden thing, we were like tour.
Exactly.
The hell's a tour? What-
How the fuck do we do it?
How do
To
we
be honest,
do
we
it?
had no idea. I was like, I'm never gonna make it, and I was like 3 months prior, I'm like, I gotta get to the gym. I gotta keep moving. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, like 2 weeks before, I'm like, I haven't drank, I haven't done the right things. I'm doing wrong. Like,
But fuck it.
to
let's
be
keep
honest, it's
moving,
about
right?
mindset, and the reality is that you don't realize is that if you're one of those people that feed off energy,
Yeah, I feel like you guys were big off adrenaline though, right?
Dude,
It's like fuck.
the
this is
people
sick.
at the shows, like the hardest part was when we were moving between states with no shows. Like when we had a show, I was so gassed by the energy of the fans that I was like excited. I was never tired.
No, it's. I describe it as a high. It's a high.
For
It's like
sure.
it's a full on like you feel like you're doing the right thing. You're doing well. You made everything. people are reacting.
Big
It's
dopamine hits.
big,
And also
Big.
big ego hits too, for sure.
big.
True.
Oh, ego hits. Yeah, dude. When
Yeah,
people
we're
are
doing
like,
our best to
people are
silence
telling you
those.
like, yo, you're amazing. I'm like, yeah, I was just working construction a week ago. Like what?
That's
Like
crazy.
like what?
I know, bro. Yeah, like I feel the same way. So I threw a big club event in Providence. There were like 700 people there, and then we did the Middle East. There's just some shit. It's like, yo, I got like all these people looking at me, and mind you, I'm not even performing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, in essence, just the person who pulled the show together.
Yeah.
But you have all these people looking at you, you're like, fuck, like I'm doing this, it's dope, right?
Yeah. It was definitely. I don't think I've ever really been in the moment as much as I was on that tour. Like we were looking at each other, like reflecting, like, yo, like
Sick.
we're in this right now. Like we're in here. Like this is crazy, man. Like.
And as stoic as it sounds, like it probably wouldn't be as dope if you hadn't taken so many L's.
Oh, of
previous,
course,
you know what I'm
man. Because
saying?
you can't appreciate the wins if you don't take any of the
That's
L's.
the thing, bro.
I know. The more L's you take, the doper the dubs are.
Yeah. We're not diving into Prozac, but that's the hardest part about these drugs that the kids are getting is the fact that you can't fully experience the up if you're not experiencing the down. So if your down is getting like circumstantially touched, then you're never gonna feel the up the same way. That's it.
We're big against the pharmaceuticals.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yo, Ryan, can you do me a huge favor? Just swing on this side of the table. I just want to make sure you're in the frame.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Brody.
I'm here.
yeah. It's like definitely against pharmaceuticals for recreational use. Don't touch that shit. man.
Totally against it.
Don't touch that shit. It's never
If
worth
you're
it.
crying, it's because you're supposed to cry.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah,
The way I see it, it's like, there are benefits for sure, but
yeah. No. There's difference. Recreational is never good. There's definitely people with chemical imbalances in the brain where they need a little extra help.
That's different.
That's a different story.
yeah, but at the same time, like, don't you think as humans, it's like, yo, maybe you're born with some fucked up issues, so you can figure it out.
Yeah. I always took a hard line approach. I was like, nah, you don't need it. Just like pull your pants up and like get fucking going. But some people can't. Some people really need some help. But I believe I would never do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
When I was depressed, I was like, I'm depressed because I'm broke and because I'm not doing anything that makes me feel good.
And it kind of fact though, right? It's kind of why you're depressed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. No, that's
Yeah.
exactly why you're depressed.
100%.
And the reason you feel anxiety is because deep down you know you're probably not doing something you should be doing and you're lacking in something that you should put some work into. It's like all that stuff exists for a legitimate reason, but a lot of people are moving too fast or too focused on being down to really think about why they're feeling that way. So the easiest shortcut way is to take a drug that's going to take those feelings away so you can just zombily move
Nick's
forward.
wrong. Nick's not wrong. Nick's not sorry.
Fuck
Nick.
Nick.
No, I love Nick. Love Nick. Yo, bro. So this is Jefe. Nick is amazing in the sense that like Nick understands the amount that a lot of emotional people understand, but there's a level to this where it's not about a choice. It's not about sometimes it's a level of like crying. It's a level of like, maybe I don't want to cry when I don't bring bananas home and I forget them. Like, there's a level of people out there that are probably just like me, which are not like Nick, which is the fact that like you cry about things that you shouldn't be crying about. You're overly emotional. You have no idea how to control it. You don't know how to slow it down. I'm on like, like I've never said this out loud, but I'm on the lowest dose of Prozac that I could possibly be on. Consistently. And that's 10 milligrams. And the doctor says, like, you shouldn't be on 10. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're taking 10, you should take 20. If you're taking 20, you should take 50. Because the whole
placebo?
the whole idea about those medications is that you take enough so that it fixes the problem. If you don't fix the problem, then you're underdiagnosed, that's the idea.
Yeah,
But-
that's what I was saying about chemical imbalances.
My
like,
point is that a lot of people are going through things to different degrees, just like Nick's saying, and everybody needs a different thing. I decided, right, that I wanted to cry. I want to cry when the moment is real. Like when I'm at a movie and the movie is moving enough that I should cry, that would be amazing to cry. Right? No. And like people laugh about that, but if I was on 20 or 30,
Like
I
Hotel
wouldn't.
Rwanda type.
Right. If I was on 20 or 30 milligrams of Prozac, I would not cry. I told he's like, you shouldn't take anything. Like 10 milligrams is doing nothing. Like you barely even, whatever. the whole point was that I would like to take an amount that just takes a little edge off. Like, I still want to live and feel
What's it like if you don't take it for you?
For me, I never talked about this, but if I don't take it, you know, it's funny actually. I'm just more emotional. I'm also more to the point. You know, like it's funny.
More abrasive.
More abrasive. Like if you fuck with me or my family or my friends, like you're gonna hear it much sooner.
You're edgy type shit.
Yeah, definitely edgy. Definitely like.
But is that just you though? Like, is that just you?
It's probably who I am. Yeah,
You
know.
Just don't fuck with it.
But I also, the point is like, so here's the thing. Like here's this is all information that I don't know. This is interesting to share. But point is like my father has like very similar, you know, and like. He's like, yeah, like I'm on this, and I was like, why are you on so much? And he's like, well, I don't want to, you know, I'm just, you know, I cried so much as a kid. I just don't want to, you know, and like at some point you get that, you're like, yeah, I understand, right? But
I don't want to feel like shit.
At another point, you're like, you should feel like shit because not like shit, but you should feel what you're supposed to feel. Like if that's where you're at, then that's where you're at. And my point was. I guess I get what he's saying, and that's my point is to, you know, like if I was to be talking to anybody doing Prozac or anybody who doing like depressive meds or anxiety meds is to really think about, and not think about the doctor saying, but think about what's the lowest dose you could take, right, and get an effect, right, that helps you so you're not like, maybe you're not like, for me, you're not crying all the time. You're not like saying.
Do you ever want to wean off of it? Or
I do, but you know, just as the normal as you could imagine, right? It's like it's tough. I mean, that's another thing, right? There's people going on. It's like, what, right? You're on it. So I've done it. I've weaned off it 3 times. I could definitely live that life for sure, but it's just so emotional, man. It's like it's literally everything. I mean, it's like I say goodbye to my brother. He's going up to ski, and I cry, right? And like, it's just like, right? It's like I don't want to cry about something that simple. He's not dying. He's not. And even now with the temper, like the 10 mil, like I'm still on the plane crying like I lost an aunt, like when I'm leaving my girl, or like, you know, like I still feel to a gigantic amount. Like
I give a lot of hugs.
Yeah, I still feel a large amount. Like it doesn't take away. My point is that there are people that are on like 50 milligrams of Prozac, which with 20 milligrams of some other drug, and they're both doing their thing, and like
5 years just disappear.
That's what. Like, no, you don't have to make a joke about it. The point is that like people are missing themselves. Like to the extent I'm only 10 milligrams different, but I still feel like I'm missing myself a little. You know, like I don't want to be that crier all the time, but do I want to make art in that mindset? Yeah, probably. Right? Like my art would probably be way better if I made it in this like hyper emotional, right? But like instead, like to make my days easier, I'm gonna just a little bit lessen it. And the fact I'm only little bit lessening, right? Like my dad's on like a big lesson. Like the fact the lesson's not coming through, bro. Like he's not feeling shit, bro. Like his wife is leaving him. He's barely even crying. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
He's like feeling numbed down.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like my point is that like everybody's feeling to a different degree. I think it's up to you to determine like how much you want to feel and how much is normal for you. You know what I mean? Like,
but also a lot of the people we're speaking to, like the young kids out there, like you're in your teens, like you got to understand also like your brains are changing like crazy. Like you're going through a ton of stuff. Like you're meant to feel down, like you're meant to feel scared, you're meant to feel unsure, like it's all things you're supposed to feel. Like this is life. Like, and if you're
gonna take L's, man.
You're gonna take L's.
You don't need to take meds to combat what life is my point.
No, well you also won't live life to the fullest if you don't experience it. So it's like you gotta feel hurt, because if you never feel hurt, you'll never truly enjoy real joy in life, and that's just what it is. So
and that's why I'm saying if you're gonna take any of those drugs, take the smallest dose you possibly can, because you're missing life when you take a large one. That's
Yeah.
it.
All right, that was Pharma Talks.
Yeah, Pharma Talks.
I like that.
We got Man
we'll
Talk
edit in,
Monday.
like a segment.
Man
Yeah,
Talk
yeah,
Monday
yeah.
coming later.
Yeah.
Big pills falling down.
Oh God. No. Yeah. All right. So that's some emotional stuff.
Sorry about that.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to touch on?
People
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
So wait, so when did tour finish? In November.
So tour finished December 2nd, I believe, was the last show. So we were pretty
got
much a month
home.
straight. I think we had 4 or 5 days off the whole one.
So it's been like a month.
So since tour, yeah, it's been December 2nd. We've been home since like December 7th.
Fuck.
Was there a big letdown once it was done?
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it
When we
hurts.
got back in December, it's like there's got to be a thing called like post-tour depression.
There
like,
is.
100%.
when you're
I
like
looked it up.
when
I
you're an
looked it up.
artist,
There
like
is.
all the other bands had something lined up after. Like we're the only people who
Yeah,
didn't.
fuck,
that
Like
hurt.
we're
That hurt.
so right now we're like right back in the grind, like saving up money again, creating new stuff. Like we're right back in it. So it's like, I mean, at the moment we don't have any tour prospects lined up. So it's like, it's almost like, well, what do I have to look forward to? It's like,
I feel you.
you know, it's tough.
It definitely
so,
feels like we
Yeah, but
didn't
you
even
know,
go.
the universe is gonna toss you an alley-oop.
see, I don't look at it that way.
I
I'm
do.
like,
I
I
do.
just, I don't,
I do.
I don't,
It's a positive
I don't
talk.
expect anything.
You shouldn't.
It's not
We
about
gotta work for
expecting.
everything.
Yeah.
It's not about expecting.
I expect.
It's about
what,
working
I
hard.
expect what I know should come based on the work I put in,
100%.
but I don't expect just a lottery ticket.
no,
you
no
know
one's
what I
gonna
mean?
call you
That's
up
not
and be
what
like,
we're
"Yo, this is
saying.
it."
Yeah, that's not what we're saying.
that never happens. But yeah. So right now we're just back into the creative grind mode, like new mindset, new emotions we went through, trying to channel it into the art, make new sounds, work with new people, and build back up to where we can hopefully go back out on another tour. And
So tour is like the big dub. Like that's like
tour, when you're an artist, I mean, tour is where you're gonna make most of your money besides streaming and merch. And
Also, it feels.
no, but I'm saying
incredible.
that's what you like to do the most,
oh,
right?
tour is
It feels
fun as
amazing.
hell, man. It's what.
You guys are all in your own bus.
Yeah, we were all in the transit van. So it was me, Shafe, Rolex, and my brother. My brother was like the TM/driver.
How old your younger broski or
Yeah,
older
younger
broski?
brother. He's
Word.
24. So my brother held it down. He's a G. He's super good dude. That was awesome having my brother on with me. That's
Word.
like some real family stuff. Like
Mhm.
totally cool to experience too. None of us have been around the country either. Like it's the other thing besides.
Been a mass your whole
Like,
life.
I mean, we visited like Florida. We
Yeah.
like New Hampshire. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But like.
okay, get out of here.
Never
New
saw,
Hampshire talk.
never saw like the middle of the country. Like
Mhm.
you got to see the middle of the country. I mean, there's
I
not,
have not been out
there's
there.
not a ton to see, but like you got to see it.
Part of the country.
It's part of the country.
Not
yeah,
out here, bro.
yeah. So I mean, if you want to talk blessings, it was a blessing to be able to see our country that we live in. Like that's so even we didn't see all of it, but we drove through a ton of states and we saw parts of all of it, which is way more.
It was insane, bro.
It was insane. So Scott.
Got the whole gang here. They get excited about the show.
Cool. But yeah, it was sick, dude. It was pretty much waking up in a different place every day.
Mhm.
Weather would change every couple of days.
Mhm.
Fits different. like, meeting new people
You're also like just fucking
Bro.
traveling with your friends, doing
Tra-
the shit you love. Like,
was sick.
Dog, it was literally like the best time of my life.
yo,
bro.
so you guys are probably like on some shit. Like, yo,
We need to get back.
We need that high again.
We need
Yeah.
to get back.
Yeah.
I tell Nick that, but I don't even want to say it too much because I know that he's already
You're aware.
in the mindset like we need it.
Yeah.
So I'm not even saying like we're getting.
So why not set up your own tour?
Because there's a ton. First of all, we don't have the money for that.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, there's a ton of logistics and stuff and connections you need to like really set it. Like you can do it, but it would be jank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when
And you probably want to elevate it after that. like,
yeah,
nice managed
or
tour
at least stay somewhere around the same thing. And it's like also like
But you're growing your fan base like crazy. I'm sure when you go, right?
I guess if that's what it looks like, that's dope. I feel like I'm just all right,
Same shit.
doing the same shit. But I mean, I appreciate everyone who reaches out and shows love. Like it definitely like makes me feel good. Like when I wake up in the morning and like someone's like, hey, like yo, I really like this song, or like, hey, like
Right.
I loved like
Hey,
seeing
come
you
on my
perform."
podcast, man. Love the project.
Yeah, I love it. Just like it feels sick. It just feels good because I put so much heart and work into my craft that to see people relating
Well,
and
bro, you got that mass hustle. That's what I fuck with.
the Northeast cold.
Oh yeah.
Hustle, yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Thing about Nick,
Just like, let's
bro,
just do it. You feel like you have to suffer to win?
In a
Yes.
way, yeah.
I feel that
Yes.
shit
Yeah.
like
Yes.
crazy. Like, yo, I
Yes.
have to be unhappy to get a dub.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it's
fucking
the same
whack.
thing. It's like if you never feel unhappy, how are you ever gonna know what happy feels like?
No, but it's like I feel like sometimes I'm at a point with working where it's like, yo, if I'm not like pissed at what I'm doing, then like I'm not working hard enough.
Well, if you're not pissed at it, you're never gonna change you're never gonna want to change your circumstances.
no, I mean like, you know how me and you are good right now? I feel like I should just be fucking pissed. Like, yo, this is not right.
No, I mean, I don't know.
But there's a grind. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like you just built like most of your shit off just like pure grind.
Yeah, of course.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Anybody who really does it builds their shit off pure grind. Anyone who's really doing shit, it's pure grind. Like, it's, unless.
Well, it's probably dope for you from Pilot Nation to see like you, Stizz. It was Jeff played too, right?
Yeah.
You've all like done shit since then. That
Yeah.
must be like affirming.
Yeah,
as
it's cool.
fuck.
I mean, it goes to show, like, for whatever reason, we all were in a mindset at the same time, like, yo, I fuck with this person on this level for this reason. And
And you're like a kid at the time too.
yeah, we were kids, man. I met Stizz when we were both like 18.
Well, I saw a freestyle you guys was at like a liquor store or some shit.
Oh, the Delicatessen.
Delicatessen.
Wow, I forgot about that. Shout out Goodwin.
He was also a sick videographer.
Yeah,
Yep,
dude, Goodwin's.
he still is.
Yeah, Goodwin's crushing, man. He's a good dude too. I like him. He's funny.
I was like, yeah, they had like a little artistic touch with it. There was like a shot of like a car coming by and shit.
Yeah. No, that was fun. That was funny. That was at a time where we're like, yo, what do we do? Like,
Let's
no.
just fucking do
They're
it.
like, all right, you guys just write a verse. And let's just go video it. And that's what that
Fuck
was.
it,
Yeah.
and we do it.
So we'll just do it. Yeah. But
So we talked about this off air. So you moved to Boston when you were 18.
yeah. I graduated high school. My mom's the only one in my family who ever like went to college, and she was like, I was always like, I could pretty much do whatever. Like, I'm like, I could, like, if I needed to be good in school, like, I could pass, I could get B pluses, like, in
You're Vanessa.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Well, there's also a rapper in the city called Plaid Finesse.
Oh, I know a play. Yeah.
Finesse.
Yeah. Yeah, so my mom was like, I don't care if you don't finish. I just want you to try to go to school. And, like, I was coming out of high school, like, in that small town.
Every
like,
suburban white parents wants that for their kids.
yeah.
bro.
It's
same
like,
shit.
and my mom saw further ahead than I did. Like, when I look back now, it was like, if I never went to the city to try school, like, I never would have met the people I would have met and made the connections to
For sure.
move forward. So, like, in that, like, I totally thank my mom for making me just leave and, like, going somewhere.
Oh, why you think you'd still be stuck? Where's
Well,
it, Fairhaven?
Yeah, Mattapoisett technically, but nice Fairhaven,
word.
New Bedford.
But that's Mattapoisett's like a beach town though, right?
yeah,
Word.
we were some of the only people who lived there year round.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I knew I needed to leave the town, but
You'd be so fucking bored.
so bored, man. I mean, and it's like when you see the people who still didn't leave.
Sad, right?
It's tough, man.
I'm sure.
It's tough.
Same shit like Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
I know, that's Mattapoisett times 40, bro. Isolated island is a dub.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, I don't even know what you do. You smoke a lot of weed.
You gotta do something.
You gotta do something.
You gotta do something, baby.
Start dipping into other shit out there.
Oh,
Yeah, they
bet,
hit the
man.
drugs a lot,
Dude,
bro.
shit's messed up these days. Dude, don't ever do the drugs. Don't do the opiates. Don't ever do the heroin. Don't do drugs, man. It's not.
That's the
it.
only reason I'm working with Nick.
Wait, no drugs?
His ability to talk
You've
about.
never done drugs ever?
Yeah, of course.
It's
I
not
have.
about.
But-
It's not about
Yeah.
not doing drugs. It's about. It's so much about understanding the drug,
And-
understanding what
yeah.
like what it even means.
I
what
saw
the-
some shit recently. It's like, yo, drugs don't have feelings. It's humans' affect. It's human morality that fucks up the drug. The drug's just a chemical compound.
The drugs.
It's the mind state you're in when you fucking take
Yeah,
it.
the drugs are bridge that allows your mind to go somewhere
Escape.
that. Yeah, an escape or just like see things from a different point of view. Like I've definitely had plenty of positive experiences. Like you know,
Smoke some kush, man.
yeah, like I used to smoke a lot of weed like
I'm sure,
like
yeah.
high school. You know what I mean? Like I probably smoked weed for like 5 years straight, and then like once I started like making the change and stuff, I was like, yo, I'm just stopping. I'm gonna be an animal. I'm gonna totally change everything I'm doing. But I still do it once in a while. It's not that I don't like it. It's that it's just now I see it as more of a tool. It's like weed especially can be super powerful to like not smoking in a party with a bunch of people and loud music around, like being by yourself, getting yourself in a certain mindset and seeing where it allows your mind to go. And like, you know what I mean? I see it as a complete tool. And that's how I use everything these days, as a tool. It's like, you know, I want to get a little loose and like have some fun. All right, I'll take a shot. Like, all right, I want to chill and like really get into my feelings.
That's a maturity thing, though, I think.
It definitely is. Yeah, when you're young, you're just like, well, people are saying to do this, and like you see like a meme of like, whoa, it's crazy. Like you want to just do experiences, like for sure. Like, and I've definitely had some fun, just like getting super drunk or like doing some other shit.
For
like,
sure.
Definitely fun. But if it turns into a habit, that's where you're fucked.
Are you Irish?
Yeah, I'm a mutt. Got some Irish in me.
You know any booze heads in your family?
Yeah, we've had that's the running thing. It's like, don't drink too much.
Yeah,
But alcohol is on.
Same shit with me, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have the mindset ever like, yo, I'm gonna be completely stone cold sober?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
For like 6 months straight. Recently.
You feel like you're mad productive?
Yeah. But now it's all balanced, because then like I feel like I get a ton of shit done, but then if I like smoke a little weed, like I'll have this new feeling when I'm making the music and like get a new emotion, and it'll bring out a certain thing in the song. It's like I see it all as balance now, and like, you know, everything's balanced. Like I don't think like you can definitely be straight stone cold sober. It's also what you want to do. Like if you're gonna be like a fucking astronaut, like yeah, keep your head on fucking straight. Like,
Of course.
But like, you know, if you're an artist, like it's fun to
experiment a little.
yeah, it's fun to get a little out of the regular realm, like because that's where inspiration and creativity and imagination, you can bring it to life as an artist. You can you know, you can bring it to the real world. But yeah, everything's balanced.
I think like what's dope about hearing like, and obviously it's a synopsis, like you covered 4 years in an hour, but like you really hustled for these wins. Like that's what kids need to learn, bro.
I've been hustling for years, and I'm still hustling. Like,
but you'll never stop, right? It's the best.
You don't stop, because once you start running, and you juke somebody, you're like, that was fucking
spin move, stiff
sick.
arm,
and then you want to just keep doing it.
Well, yeah, because you fucking love the game.
Yeah, you gotta love the game. You gotta love the game. The game's fun if you can play it.
And you realize, oh shit, you know, if I take a bunch of L's, maybe I'm not gonna go the fucking straight path. I'm gonna, you know, deviate a little bit.
I'm gonna sit the bench. I'm gonna hit the weight room.
But I know a win's gonna come.
And then yeah, I'm gonna work for that win. And then once you prove to yourself you can get the win, it's like, all right, so now I just gotta work hard and do the shit and get another fucking win.
See, that's that Masters white boy hustle.
Yeah.
That's why I fuck with you. That's my guy. Let's go. White boys forever. But we like the black guys too.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to toss one to Ryan. Ryan, you ready?
Yes.
This dude stood up mad prompt. Yo, as I set off the camera, bro. Fair weather video, bro. Dope. I'm sure with some co-direction. The color palette. It wasn't just black and white. It was kind of muddied down. Where did that come from? Mind you, hey, you can't fake it with me, bro. I dropped an award-winning film. I know if you're talking facts.
Yeah, man, with all the Nick's music, man, I love Nick's music. So I just take my time with the work. I sit down with it, you know.
Why'd you go black and white on it though?
We thought it looked hard.
Looked grungy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a junkyard. You know what I mean? Like,
whose dog?
We rented it.
The dog?
Yeah.
It was like a well-trained German Shepherd.
Yeah, that dog's a drug dog.
Yo, you guys dead ass, bro. And mind you, I actually don't usually look at anyone's shit who comes up here. I watch like every video, bro. You guys are dope tag team.
Thank you, bro.
We're doing our
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have fun doing it, and we like each other, and we get gassed when we see something come together. So it's just like we just want to keep going.
And what's crazy though, now that the internet is like, I'm sure you guys have a good understanding of like what's marketable. Bro, you guys are a little content team too.
Yeah.
That's why me and Jack work so well together, because we got the content is so fucking important.
Yeah, and like we were talking about the consistency. Like these are things like now we're gearing our mindset into, you know, we can make the content, like we know it's pretty cool. Like now it's just about continuing to do it.
How's that changed? So I mean, you've been doing shit now for like 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. We were talking about this a little bit. Like what's dope now is so much on the internet is so much different than.
Yeah. See, it's a discussion we have about my brand all the time. It's like, because I don't, like, my image is kind of just, like, more normal compared to a lot of, like, the shock value stuff that's on the internet. So that's why.
Like a normal, hardworking, good dude.
Yeah. So that's, like, kind of my thing. But, like, we have funny, like, I've always made jokes and shit. Like, we started being able to put more of, like, the funny stuff out and show the other sides of us, like, as we got the music out. But it's like, that's why we say, like, my progression is kind of like this, because we're just trying to put out a bunch of good work instead of, like, I don't know if I'm
at this point, what else could you do though? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's my path.
Yeah, everyone
Everyone has a different path. Like, if you got a fucking crazy image, you make some crazy wild song, it might go viral in like a week. But, like, you know, I just want to put out consistently good content that you can listen to alone, you can listen to in your whip, you can play at a party. Like, I just want to make consistently good stuff. I just make stuff I like to listen to.
Yeah.
So that's basically just what I do.
This dude's always talking about some shorty that broke his heart too. That's a note for the kids.
Yeah, I'm always
for sure.
I'm either in love or I'm heartbroken. There's
you got a wifey right now?
No.
Damn, this is going through it, bro.
He's heartbroken.
Bittersweet.
I'm making him chicken every day, baby.
You got a shorty, bro?
Yeah, I got a shorty.
How you gonna do that to your guy?
Yeah, she's deep though. She's
No,
far
it's all
away.
good. No, I
just hold my dude down.
Things are complicated. We just work.
I might as well be dating Nick, bro. I
Bro,
made him chicken.
The music would be whack if you didn't have so many breakups, man.
Yeah, no, but it's good. I like being able to write from mad different point of views, because it's one, it's fun, and two, like, I don't know, it's cool. Like, everyone's always going through. There's always somebody dating someone. There's always someone who's going through a breakup. So it's like, you know, it's
so you just get with chicks so they break your heart type shit.
No, I don't even. No, I don't do
like,
that.
Yeah, you gonna get with me, bro? Yo, devastate me.
No, I'm a solid dude. If I pick you, I like really like you, and like I'll hold it down. But
Yo, have you realized how tiny Boston is?
Yeah, it's super small.
So small.
Yeah, you can walk across it in like an hour.
Well, I'm not even talking spatially. I just mean, like, I think everyone knows someone else to like 1 or 2 degrees.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, if you guys are to go out in Boston, where do you go? Like,
bro, I don't go out anywhere. I don't remember the last time I've been to a bar. I don't remember the last time I went to a party. I don't go out anywhere.
Nick doesn't fucking go out at all, man.
Do you go out?
Yeah. Sometimes. I don't have names because I just go out to wherever the people that I love go. I don't like. They're going out. They need it. And then I am circumcising. I'm circumcising the incident. Like, I don't know. I'm only going out because my friends are going out. I would never be like, I need to get on this rooftop bar and spend hundreds. Like, I don't.
Yeah. And also, I've never been one to fold to peer pressure. Like, you'll never pressure me into doing something I don't want to do. Like,
bro, I don't go out either. Do you ever get on Friday night? Do you ever get bored as fuck?
No.
You don't get bored?
No, because I have shit to do.
100%, you got work to do, but it's like, yo.
I mean, if I want to I'd much rather drink some beer, hanging out like outside with some homies, than be up in a bar like getting drunk with a bunch of people. Like the way I like to party is like different, I guess.
Same way.
Like I like to party. I like to have fun, but like I'd
rather throw the party.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Be the party.
I guess I don't. Also, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like introverted, so like being out just like fully surrounded like by mad people is just like kind of like
overwhelming.
Like what do I do? Like, I'm just standing here with a drink.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. I'd rather like be able to be at my crib, like get wasted and like let's go see who can hit the most free throws.
He wants to live focused, bro. He wants to live focused. It's like super admirable.
White boy hustle, bro.
Nah, yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It's also different though when like we're working for ourselves, so it's like all these people who go out to the bars and like all these people just
they have a salary.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
you gotta hustle.
Yeah, so they grind all week. They live for the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
is this speaking the language or what?
So since college, like I always knew I never wanted to live for the weekend. I never wanted to have that mindset. My goal is to wake up any day and treat it like any day I want to have. You know what I mean? Like, if it's Monday and like I want to get fucking drunk, like, all right, let's get drunk on Monday at 1 PM. Go to the Science Museum. Fuck it. Like,
have some power.
Yeah.
Control.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. So it's like, and also a lot of times I just feel like I didn't earn it. Like a lot of people,
Yeah,
like,
bro, I feel you.
you know, people partying. It's like, what are you like? A party is a celebration. Like, what are you celebrating? You made it through the week. Congrats. Like, you got next week to get through too. Like, drink it up.
I know. Yeah. So like, I last May I actually didn't graduate. I got a class up, but I left Providence College, and there was like a point where it's like, yo, a ton of my friends went big corporate, right? And like,
bro, but the friends who are going big corporate, they're making great money. Like, they're
no, and it's no shade. It's just I know a ton of them would be better off doing other shit.
It's a different life.
It's a way different life, man. I got a lot of friends doing that, and they're great, and they're taking me out to $100,000 steak dinners.
I know, but drop.
That's a big
and they're paying, and they're
that's that
and
golden
they're-
Angus, bro.
and they're paying for the steak, and they're teaching me wine tricks, and like, this is how old the wine is, and like, I just give them a hug after, and like, it's funny.
You're like,
'cause
yo, bro, dead
in
ass.
that moment, they feel like they're, not better than me, but they're like, oh, I got this. But the reality is, I hug them because I know they are not better than me, and they have no idea what they're
There's
doing.
no competition.
There's no
No, it's no
competition.
competition.
It's not
No.
about better, but they're not. They don't.
The
they
grass,
don't know.
the grass is always
They
greener.
don't know what means, and means is everything. And if you don't know what something means,
But why does it matter? That's them. Let's just
Yeah.
leave them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you don't
No,
understand
it's not
what
leaving.
your
It's just
life
everyone.
means,
Everyone also has different goals.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Everyone has their own hustle. Some people's hustle might be grinding it out in the office, 80 hours a week, and they love it.
That is no one's goal, dude.
I don't know. You know,
You
you just
are
don't.
lying.
You just
you,
don't
you
know.
You don't know.
You
There's-
don't
there's-
know.
You
That
don't know
might
till you
be
try.
somebody's
You don't know
goal.
till you try. Yeah. But I knew that's not what I wanted.
Oh, was
enough.
there ever a point where like, yo, I could not work in
Yeah.
an office?
Yeah. No,
like,
from the
I don't
start.
have the skills.
I mean, I dropped out of college for 2 reasons. One was because
Mad bread.
yeah,
It was
my
never
my,
about
my
the
parents
skills.
sat me
It was
down. They
never
were
about the
like,
skills.
they're like, yeah, you got like some scholarships, but like if you want to continue, like this is how much you're gonna owe. And it was, dude, it's probably gonna be like 50 racks. I was like,
Fat stacks.
fat stacks, and I was like, one, going through school, I didn't even see where it was gonna lead me anywhere that I wanted to be. I was like, if I graduate, the only job I'm gonna be able to get is like at an office. I'm like, I know I don't want to be at an office.
Yeah, I don't know, and I totally agree.
You know, but I'm not saying, but school is definitely valuable to gain knowledge for sure. I will say the year and a half that I was in school,
Social
social stuff, but also like I took some really good classes. Like I
Oh,
took,
we're on different pages.
yeah, no, I took like I took a really good sociology class and a really good philosophy class. I learned a ton. Like it was definitely valuable knowledge.
This dude's looking for the Suffolk sponsor.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yo, it's fun my next door, Suffolk.
No, I love learning, but like what it was gonna cost me and where I saw it was gonna put me, it wasn't. Neither of those was what I wanted.
Yeah,
So,
I feel you.
yeah,
So I think they're gonna kick us out of this too.
it's all good.
So this is how we start and end these shows. Ryan, I need you to tune in with me for a sec because I'm
I'm
gonna tell
here.
you once,
What's
right?
good? What's
I'm gonna give you
good?
directions once. Fuck up. It's a dub.
I'm here.
But we start and end all these shows the same way.
That's
From
good.
an editing perspective,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you to say a starting line. I'm gonna cut that little command B. Right?
Yeah.
Put
nice.
that in front of this video, and we have an opening generator that I personally animated myself
Let's
with
do
the
it.
help of my best friend.
Yeah, he doing everything good. All right.
And
Let me
then
get this
directly after that opening line, I'm gonna have you say the closing line, and that's what's gonna conclude the video.
Okay, banger.
So you're gonna say hi, your name, and this is my golden hour. I'm sure you guys are gonna collaborate on it. So it's
So
hi.
I'm right.
Yeah,
I'm.
I'm-
Hi, I'm blank. Hi, I'm blank. Right.
Well, you're not blank.
Right.
You know who you are.
Hi.
Wait, yo, can you just swing in? I just want to make sure you're in.
Ready?
Hi, and this is my golden hour. Then directly after you guys collaborate on it, it's hi, I'm blank. Same name you said for the first one, and that was our golden hour.
Okay, I guess.
Say and. All right.
You guys want to go over this beforehand, or you guys just gonna off rip?
We're gonna
let's
wing
run
it.
it.
We're gonna wing it.
Hi, I'm Nick Gray.
And
This is
I'm-
my golden hour. All right, now we'll do it again. Okay.
It's our golden hour, bro.
Okay.
That's why I have to say it first.
Hi, I'm Nick
no,
Gray.
I have to say it first.
Okay, go ahead.
Come on, son. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ryan Schaefer, and this is.
Nick Gray, and this is our Golden hour.
Let's get money.
I didn't like that. Let's do it again.
I hated it.
All right, go.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ryan Schaefer, and this is
Nick Gray.
Let's Get Some Fucking Money During This Golden Hour. Too much? All right. Let's
yeah,
pull it
but
back.
but we're forgetting part 2 because there's a part 2.
Okay.
You guys blew it.
Oh, I got you. All right. Okay, I know. All right. My name's Nick Gray. This is
Ryan Schaefer.
This is our golden hour. Hey, my name's Nick Gray.
And I'm Ryan Schaefer.
This is our golden hour.
I'm Ryan Schaefer, and this is Nick Gray, and this is our golden hour.
All right, now you're giving me too much to edit, bro.
My name is Puff Pibbles, and I'm Chibly Chibbles, and this is our golden hour.
Hey, your boyfriend a op, he a vulture. Hey, had to wake him up like it's Folgers.